What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Cigar City Sports Podcast, episode 19. We've been going for 19 episodes so far. Nello, how you doing, brother?
I'm okay. Every time, man.
Oh, my God.
It's not fair.
You're not a happy guy this week.
I'm ecstatic. You want to know why? Does anybody want to know why?
What's up, Clay? How you doing?
What's up? I am fan-fucking-tastic. We'll get into those details a little later.
I was about to say, I know exactly why you are so happy. Ryan, how you doing, man?
I've been better. The wardrobe choice is pretty shitty.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
So let's let Nello finish his thought. What were you going to say?
Oh, man. I was going to say, this is like, I mean, besides, I don't even want to talk whatever he's talking about. That jersey across from me just reminds me of that big victory on Saturday. What a victory by Penn State in the whiteout game. How did it go for you, Ryan? Why are you wearing such a great attire?
I put my my bet on Auburn.
And what happened there?
They lost.
Okay.
What was it, touchdown?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
Just wait till they play a real SEC
little
team.
outside.
You know what I mean?
We'll see him in the playoffs.
Little outside looking
They
in
make it
color
there.
commentary. He put that jersey on, and it smells like shit in here.
Oh, well, you can say whatever you want, but we took out one of your brethren in the SEC.
Oh,
They
that
came-
was Bama's baby brother.
It doesn't, your baby brother got slapped around.
So Nello saw that game and was so excited that he made the fatal flaw of posting and saying, "Yeah, we want Bama in the playoffs."
We want Bama. Like Ohio State comes out of the Big Ten and gets Bama and gets beat too. Why can't we get our shot?
Because you're not even going to make it there.
Why do
We'll
the
see what
people that post those signs, when they actually get Bama and they get drummed, why did they never do the respectful thing and throw another sign up that says, "We had Bama and it hurt," or something to that matter? Like,
It
why
doesn't
not?
always have to hurt.
This has happened to you already, Nello. How have you
I
not
know.
learned your lesson?
Well, I guess I'm just a glutton for punishment. What can I tell you?
So you guys did beat Auburn at home
At home.
in a whiteout.
Electric.
It was a crazy atmosphere, one of the
Insane.
toughest ones to win in, quite honestly.
Right.
And you guys won by, what was the score?
It's like a touchdown.
I believe it was a
I think it's
touchdown.
8 points.
8 points. And you were playing the 22nd ranked Auburn Tigers at the time
Sure.
on a primetime game at home. Saquon Barkley, college game day. Everybody came to your house.
Absolutely.
Okay. And you want the team that went into the hostile environment, played a damn good number 11.
The swamp as a swamp because of all the rain.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they take victory there by 2 touchdowns, I believe.
2 points.
2 points.
It was only 2 points.
And you want us now. You want Bama.
I want Bama.
Clearly.
I want Bama.
You guys.
I want to, if we're going to win the Big Ten, I want Bama. If I'm going to lose, then give me the best team in the country.
I
and
will
let's
say
go.
this. I do wish Penn State could run the table this season because we would probably see them in the playoff. They'd probably
Absolutely.
finish about 4th.
Yeah, sounds
I'm
good to me.
thinking, depending on how things go. But you
Is that
got
a playoff spot,
You got to think we're 1, Georgia 2, the way things go. They're
Yeah.
probably going to be a 3, and then Penn State would be 4. I would love to just work you boys in that playoff game. Because it's going to be odds are it's in one of our home stadiums, whether it's Dallas or Atlanta.
Depending on
Odds
which
are.
game it is, that's fine. But you know what? I'll take it because it's either me at every other year since now has been Ohio State. So what's the
Hey,
difference?
at least you got to
We're
play
there.
We
That's
would
fine.
drop you like.
But
third
if that
period
off chance,
French.
that we don't get dropped and somehow you guys lose, I'll be there to live that all day.
The only loss.
You might not come back that week.
The only loss
you
I
lose.
see Bama taking is if we play crappy against Georgia in the SEC championship. If they make it, or we play crappy against a second time around Florida team.
Tell you this, man, I do not like same year repeats because they typically go against who won the first game. I don't like it at all.
Right.
I do not want it to be Florida. I would prefer it to be Georgia.
Right. But let's say we lose to them, whoever that is. Alabama doesn't realistically even drop out.
Nah, we would just drop to like 3 probably.
I mean, that's happened before, hasn't it? Where
Yeah.
they went from 1,
Yeah.
they lost
They didn't
the
win the
SEC
SEC
championship, and they
championship
went to
game.
4, and then you won the title that year?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's probably how it would go. I mean, if it was against Georgia especially, probably only go to 3.
If that.
Maybe even 2.
But we're talking
Just
about
depends
Georgia,
on who is-
Georgia. I saw Florida on Saturday. If Georgia's offense doesn't get their shit together, this Georgia talk could be over real fast.
Well, that's what I was going to say. First and foremost, it was a hell of a game. Thank you to all my Gator fans that chose to text me throughout the game and tell me what they thought of the officiating and everything. And I want you to tell you, it's really funny. When you talk to Florida fans about this game, they say, oh, man, that commentator sure does love Alabama. They get on Gary Danielson, and they're like, oh, man, the refs are really calling it Bama's way. Then you talk to the Bama fans, and they're saying the exact same thing you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
But that's a perspective thing, right?
If we did word association and you said Gary Danielson to me, it doesn't matter if we could be off season and I would go shit's on Bama.
Yep. Yeah,
That's what he does.
I mean, SEC officiating being terrible isn't something that is new.
I said this in
you
the
watched that game
group.
in Happy Valley. That SEC officiating crew was like they missed a third down call. It was for third down, and we punted.
They said it was fourth, but it was third, and y'all punted. They couldn't take it back.
And who was the ref crew on that? SEC?
I thought they were Big Ten.
That's SEC guys.
Then
how sure of that are you?
I'm pretty sure it's Big
100%.
I'm pretty sure they were SEC too.
100%.
Why did the yardage stick say Big Ten on them then?
Because it's at a Big Ten stadium and with a Big Ten
so
network.
So they use
game.
a Big Ten yardage guys, but
I'm just telling you, it was an SEC officiating crew.
Okay.
So it's not something new that.
Saying it
so wait a minute. Now, does the line crew is that an extension of the referees?
Well, the referees are supposed to be the ones in charge of what down it is, not the guy with the sign.
They were.
No, they were wrong though.
They weren't wrong because the punter is the one who looked over and thought it was fourth down and ran out there to punt.
Well, the punter's not getting sent out on third if the sign or
it's
whatever
actually
you want
under
to call
coach. He was probably too busy worried about USC and didn't call a timeout to say this is
didn't
not
look like he was
down.
worried about
He
USC.
did not
This
call
is
a
third
timeout.
down, and if he did that, they would give you the timeout back.
Didn't look like he was worried about
But
USC.
he's a little too worried about that California dreaming.
I don't think it's him anyways. I don't think it's him.
He's already probably talking to Matt Stafford about, hey, where's good serve spots?
No way. He's got a job to do because he could get that job at the end of the year. Why blow it now?
All right. So let's get into our picks from last week. I think you alone are at the top.
I am.
How'd that feel, bud?
Felt great.
Last week it was Ryan.
I know. This week it was me, but it was really close. It was literally only one game.
One day,
One game.
we all shall fall.
I fell.
I can't believe it was that close.
Yeah.
When you sent those numbers, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I felt pretty good about my college picks this week.
We went all consensus on the top 9 games.
Yeah.
The big boys won. Iowa's, the Georgias, the Bamas, so on and so forth.
You want to talk about Big Ten and being worried about somebody? Iowa.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you this right now. That October 9th game is going to be the champion in the Big Ten.
Who would you put above Iowa at this point right now? Because Ohio State can't be.
No, it can't. Iowa's where it needs to be.
So
and Michigan hasn't played anybody.
No,
Right.
absolutely not.
I think it's Iowa.
I don't think Michigan State is there yet, but the way they handled Miami, they'll be there.
I wonder how much more corn they fed them boys.
Is it the jersey
You
giving
just
you the
can't
vibes?
tell. You just can't tell. Never can tell. So, yeah.
We all
Everybody was
messed up
telling
on
me that. Go ahead.
We all messed up on Purdue. We all thought Notre Dame was going to go down again, and they just came out of the woodwork and said, not today.
Yeah. Okay. Who took Florida of all of us?
Nobody.
Okay. That one was consensus too.
Yeah, that was consensus.
I really thought he had taken Florida.
I did
whole
too.
I was
No.
waiting for this. You did take Bama.
Yeah,
Dang it.
I did.
I blame Jalen and Devonta Smith. You wouldn't have picked him if it wasn't for that. You were on
Yeah.
that Bama
No,
train
that's
for a
true.
little bit.
No. I
Yeah,
didn't-
you were
I
sucking
really
on
didn't
that
think-
teat, that Tuscaloosa teat. You were feeling the love.
It didn't help me this week. Let's just
Uh-huh.
put it that. But here we go. Like, I just didn't think Florida's offense could play against Bama's defense, and I was wrong.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to that game specifically, I've heard a lot of things about our defense.
I mean, shit, let's just get into it. Get into it.
I think that Alabama's defense went into that game with a game plan of we need to be able to stop the run, both from Emory Jones and the rest of the backfields there in the University of Florida. And they said, we are going to stop this option outside run nonsense. And that's how we're going to make them beat us with Emory Jones's arm, which is any defensive coordinator in the league right now that's playing Florida saying that same thing. And so The first couple times he did throw, they were bad, or they were over the receiver, or we got a pick.
Little accuracy issues. Agreed.
But they stayed to their plan. We stayed to ours. That's the moment where we were dominating the game. At halftime, I felt like this was going to be a knockdown,
It was
drag-out,
21-9.
game over.
Absolutely. 21-9.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, and then Florida came out in the second quarter, for sure, and they adjusted their game plan more than what we at Alabama were willing to do. I think we just sat there and said, we're going to keep doing the same thing, and if it's not working, it's not working. But Florida started going straight over the middle with an average. I saw their average pass length was 7 yards. What? What are you raising your hand for?
I just want to interject, but I want you to finish your point.
No, but that's what I was going to say, is that we stuck to our game plan and allowed the bend but don't break style defense, saying, we're going to let you stay in front of us, no homers, and then we're going to try to stop you on fourth down or stop you in the red zone or hold you to a field goal. And that just wasn't the case because Florida went right back to what they were good at. I mean, shoot, we could stop them, but they were getting 2 or 3 yards a down. So they get down there in the red zone, they just played the numbers game till I got in there.
First 6 games of last season, I was on the fire Pete Golding train. I thought he was a garbage defensive coordinator. I thought that we could easily replace him with somebody better. And then I got off of it because our defense started showing up. I got back on that train Saturday. And here's why. I like that you're being respectful to those that listen that are Florida fans. Appreciate that. It's a great idea. I think that's what you're doing. I don't think you're being genuine there.
Wait, what?
I'm going to say this. It was nothing to do with Florida. It was 21-9
Whoa.
at the end of the first half. Let me finish.
Are you okay?
The reason why it went a whole different route
I'm gonna have to pinch
was
you
because
after this.
our defense got lazy and quit attacking. And everything you listen to, you go look up the clips, all of our defensive guys at the post-game interview said we did not play the Bama standard. And that is where they're going to be from now on. It was just like Ole Miss last year where it was like 70-something to the high 60s. It was freaking ridiculous. Our defense was garbage. That's when the fire Pete Golding started. We saw that again today. I would watch Florida run that option to the outside, and our linebackers would just hold up because it looked like he was
No.
tackled.
I got it.
Then he'd grab a few more yards, and then they tackle.
You won by 2.
They kept doing that. They were lazy. If it was the same Bama team in the first half and the same Bama team that we should be seeing week in and week out and have seen all of last year, except for Ole Miss, and so far this year, they do not do that. They do show up, and it probably would have been a 40-something to high teens, low 20s.
You won by 2
They
points.
quit.
You can't say that.
They
quit.
quit. That's why they only won by 2
quit.
points, because the defense quit.
Well, there you go.
Well, defense don't got too
They
much to do
just
with
quit.
offense.
They just sort of like, yep, we're roll over here. That's
The
not what I
Bama
saw.
offense, for those of us
That's
that
not what
know
I
the
saw.
Bama offense well, they play smart. They don't overexceed. You don't see them running scores up on people. They play smart ball. They start to control the clock when they're up, like they are 21-9 at the half. Saban, it doesn't matter who the OC is. They know that Saban wants them to play smart, avoid injury, burn the clock. We have lots of 3 and outs in our games, even when we blow them out of the water.
I done seen a lot of 70-plus games out of Bama, so running up a score is something that y'all do. But
That's not the design of that team. That's not how Nick Saban is coaches, because what happens when you do that? More injuries, bigger plays, trying to force stuff. No, you just burn that clock and you hold that lead, but when our defense quits, that lead diminishes. And listen, my daughter got to learn what it's like to watch football because the second half, my wife and I were at home, and she stood there and would mock me. She'd come in front of me and yell when I would yell at the TV. It was the most stressful second half of football I've had in a very long time.
It says here that Paul Feinbein praises Nick Saban for running up the score on Michigan in Citrus Bowl. So there you go.
You can't count Michigan when he coached at Michigan State. That's personal. You got to give him that.
Hold on.
You just said if Bama doesn't do running up the score, that's not right. That's not true.
Hold on. You're quoting some random article on the internet, which is a wonderful place to be. But and I know Feinbaum says that.
Right.
An Auburn
that's
graduate.
That's Feinbaum's opinion. But here's what I'm saying.
And that's one game.
This is one thing for Bama. Then I'm getting off the Bama train and we're going back onto the picks. But a lot of times, and people who play us know this, we reload. So second tier team and the third tier team, when they come in, they're still pretty damn good athletes.
But to say that Florida got that close because Bama quit, that's kind of
I don't agree
horse
with
crap.
I don't agree with that.
That was a good game.
I think they did a great job of managing the clock and eating up most of that second half.
That defense stopped Bryce Young in the second half.
If Bryce Young, I don't know why Bryce Young does not want to flush out of the pocket and run.
Yeah, I mean,
there was a very big play.
He doesn't want to get hit.
He
That's
could
why.
have walked into the end zone. I feel like you're going to see a little more of the Jalen over Tua Bryce Young guy, just to relate it to everybody, and you're going to start seeing him running a little bit more. He could have walked into that end zone. So there's a lot of things that they're working on this week, and I guarantee you that defense, they're probably still. What time is it?
I'm going to give.
They're still running, running.
I got to give Dan Mullen credit. Whatever he did in halftime, when they came out, they looked different.
Yeah, they did.
They just
and they
looked
didn't
like
even
they
get
didn't-
their
yeah.
their other quarterback. And then somebody was saying, "Oh, well, if we had AR-15, Aaron Richardson, and he was in there, we would have won." I'm like, you can't say that because that's not true either.
No.
Because if he's in there, it's a different game plan for Bama. We play you differently. Then that means you don't know how it's going to come out. Come on, give me that.
Oh, I know what happened. So Bama quit, and then they were about to tie the game. So the first team defense stopped them on that 2-point conversion, and it.
Oh no! The whatever it was
Is that what
Florida
happened in your
decided
reality?
when
No, I don't
Emory
get the
Jones and the
reality.
running back wanted to just box step into the end zone together. I don't really understand what that was.
Yeah, he should have let that ball go.
They just both held the ball like it was their child, and they were taking communion pictures.
Because he was
Just
holding
wa-
it deep in case he saw something and
bail.
he could pull it.
well,
He
why
said
didn't he
no
pull
outside.
it or let it go? You got to do one.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. That's
Because
right.
then
It
actually
was
started
bad,
pushing
dude. It
Yeah.
was an It was FSU icing the kicker week 1. It was
I
that
gotta
bad.
tell you,
Yeah.
I
Icing
gotta
their
tell
own
you,
kicker.
that running back
Was that
gets
bad?
that ball, he might get that 2 points.
He probably
because
would've got it.
He had a good head of steam, and since he and Emory Jones just kind of like were doing the waltz up to the line, and then he never let go, it ruined both of
Yeah.
them.
Well, I mean, it's
I
kind
mean,
of
and the pile was pushing to the right of them, and that was the thing. He probably would have. He would have at least fallen forward.
Right, and I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead, finish your point.
Yeah, I mean, he had the ball. They were still moving together. He was just supposed to make a better read, and he didn't. Emory Jones messed up. Like,
yeah.
he should have pulled it and just took off.
You know what?
Any option quarterback is going to tell you it's 2 steps, and then you make a decision.
You have to. Yeah.
And so Emory Jones took 4 or 5, in which case he allowed the play to develop on defense.
Well, I honestly think too it was kind of designed more so for the goal line because of how like you guys push in. If you would have came in straight on, he's gonna let him run, and then as soon as you guys commit, he then takes to the edge. But
Right,
he went to the middle, and he's like, all right, now we're just gonna try to push this forward.
Look at the situation. I'm going to give it to him. You're allowed that mistake. That was think about it. You're about to knock the king off of his throne right there.
Rightfully so.
Tie him
after
up
they're playing the second half.
Because they go to overtime.
Tie him
I'm
up
pretty
in the
sure the Florida sideline knew they were winning that in overtime.
Everybody knew if they get that,
That was
2-point
it.
conversion.
I knew they would.
It would have been a rough. It would have
Unless our defense just got a shot in the ass. I don't know. Maybe Saban runs down the sideline doing D's nuts jokes. I don't know. But unless something
Which
changed,
we learned he got that from Marlon Humphrey.
unless something changed, y'all would beat us in over. It wouldn't even go that far. If we got the ball first, y'all'd stop us and score. If y'all got the ball first, y'all'd score and stop us. That's how that was going to go. Camillo, I'm going to give you that much. That's all you're getting.
I just
That's all
want
you're
to say, Ryan's fired up. He brought all this good knowledge. He came on his A game. You know what it is? I think it's the jersey that's on him. That's bringing out the A game in Ryan.
Yeah.
Nah,
I just want to let everybody know.
sitting on my hands because I'm trying not to touch everybody's dick.
That's
little
terrible.
Jerry Sandusky joke. We like it here. We have fun.
Oh, and Bama history, biggest win you guys ever had. Don't like throwing up a score.
Okay, give me the year or two.
Oh, it was like 1922, but still,
Oh, what was the score?
110 to nothing.
Okay.
What happened? You guys beating
Okay.
up on middle school children?
Then you got
in
another
1920.
89
I'm pretty sure that's when just about anybody could play.
Yeah,
Back then,
They'll run
it
up a
was-
score.
Yeah.
Is there any other game anyone wants to talk about?
Most schools
Yeah,
aren't
let's
even
keep
that
going
old.
down the line.
Oh, you want to keep going down the line? Okay. Well, we skipped all the gimmies. We went Penn State, Auburn. Great game.
I called Penn State in that one, and you were trying to give me crap for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't giving you crap for it. I was giving it crap to somebody else over there. By the way, just want to reiterate, Jersey looking great. Next up, UCLA 13 at Fresno. Upset.
Yeah. I was shocked by this.
Chip
I
Kelly, we
mean,
don't trust. I mean,
what-
hello.
I do. I did.
Ugh.
Is that the only one you picked, Fresno?
Yeah.
Until this
was the only
year,
one.
the stats spoke to him losing that.
Yeah.
Until this year. This year was his first non-conference win
Right.
at UCLA. And so I just thought he's on a roll.
He just can't do it. I don't know. He gets one good game in, and then
I think
no Chip, no faith.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry. West Virginia, Virginia Tech. The only guy over here to go West Virginia.
Hey, that's a high-powered offense, man.
It
Has
really-
been for a long time.
Really is.
Ever since we played them, like 8 years ago, I think, something like that. West Virginia, when it was Will Greer.
Yep.
That came from Florida. They have always had a high-scoring
And I
offense.
think they had Geno Smith as their quarterback.
Yes, and yes.
Geno Smith.
That
Greer
they
went
have-
there too.
From him on through, Will Greer was after him. From him on through, they've had a great offense.
They've always had a
And
guy who can
that's the
check the
first
ball.
week that I've picked against Virginia Tech. West Virginia's stout.
I thought that defense could maybe like quell that offense, but it was not.
I don't. A lot of teams can't.
I thought the defense would, and that they would control the ball and control the clock better. They did not do that.
West Virginia just runs and guns, man. That's what they've been doing for like a decade.
Well, if you watch the Manning broadcast, Peyton said Arch goes to West Virginia.
Yeah, he's just stirring the pot.
Was it Peyton or was it?
It was Peyton
it
who
was
said
Peyton.
it. It was Peyton.
Everybody knows Arch coming to Bama. He's just stirring the pot.
Oh
He's not
boy.
going to Bama.
I can guarantee you the paterfamilias of that family that he's named after is going to say, "You better go play for Saban."
No way.
All right.
Not with Tennessee.
Hey, that's
and
an
Ole
old
Miss
South.
in
That's
there?
that's an old South family. Papa,
Ole Miss, though?
Grandpa
No.
that started all of that. What he says is going to go.
I think he goes to Ole Miss.
No, man.
I think he
ain't
goes to
going
Ole Miss. I really do. I think he goes
would
home.
he?
Why would
I
he
think
go
he
to
stays
Ole Miss?
home. I don't know.
Why?
I just think
Peyton went to Tennessee.
I was about to say, isn't he?
Eli
Peyton's
went to
son?
Ole Miss.
So
I know.
He's not going to Rocky Top.
Arch went to
He's
Ole
not
Miss.
going to
He's
Rocky
going to
Top.
Bama.
He's not going to Rocky Top.
Arch went to Ole Miss. What's the
Yeah.
name that we've thrown out here that's not in the family dynamic? Alabama.
He's not doing it.
We
though.
just talked about this with mothers, right? Florida, Auburn.
He's not
We're
going to Bama.
opposites here.
He's not going to Bama. though.
Okay.
He's
we'll
not
see.
going to Bama.
I guarantee you, Arch Manning, his grandfather, whom he's named after, is saying you need to go play for Saban.
all right.
That's where you
I don't
go.
think so.
Look at Mac Jones. You want to be another
He's
Mac
going to
Jones?
show
You're
up with
better
a
than Mac
box full
Jones.
of oatmeal pies.
You have more talent than Mac Jones. Look at Mac Jones. Play for Saban.
That's fine. Coastal Carolina did beat Buffalo. Two of you guys did take Buffalo. Sorry for your loss.
Did we?
Yeah.
I don't even know where Coastal Carolina's at, but apparently they're doing the damn thing.
The SEC hard-ons over here took Buffalo. And you guys,
Yeah.
Okay.
Ole Miss Tulane. I was the only dummy that took Tulane. I don't know why. I
And
figured
that worked out perfectly.
worked out perfectly, as they say. Oh, Arizona State, BYU.
Yeah, I picked Arizona State on this one.
What's up?
Yeah,
Provo is not a nice place to play. They
Yeah.
get wild there, too.
it was in Arizona State.
Arizona State's
That
another
was
one.
BYU.
Was it really?
Arizona State's another one. They like to score, man. I've watched a few good Arizona games. Out
Yeah,
of all
that's
the
the
gin
only reason
joints,
I
I've
took
watched
them.
those games.
Yeah.
They can run. They can run score up.
That's a good defense, though, Provo. That's a good team altogether. They're not joining the Big 12 for being pushovers.
Maybe
especially
maybe
at
the
home.
key is multiple wives.
There you
Oh, the
go.
Mormon stuff?
Yeah, you see what I did there?
Wow.
Culture coming at you.
Hey, you get more than just the sports here on Cigar City Sports Podcast. Sometimes we give you a little bit of education.
Yeah.
We went across the board with Arkansas versus Georgia Southern, rightfully so, right?
Yeah.
And then North Carolina, Virginia, Ryan with a solo home run.
And you called North Carolina?
No, he called Virginia.
No, North Carolina. He's
let's
the
go,
only one that went UNC.
Yeah.
Let's go ACC.
Or no, we call, we all,
we
called
all
it.
took Virginia.
I thought again.
The defense.
Offense. I thought Virginia offense was gonna score some points, man.
Yeah, I thought they were a better overall team.
But then we go Michigan State, Miami, and our buddy Ryan is the only one who took Miami. Do we hear a wah, wah, wah?
I mean, dude,
You want me to hit this one for you?
I don't get how an FSU fan picks Miami after Miami losing to App State or beating App State by no benefit of their own. It was all App State beating themselves.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it.
Honestly, it's because the kind of you three took the other.
There was
one,
that contrarian. It's that. Hey, it's that. This is why everybody listening at home. This is why, or at work, wherever you are. This is why you're not supposed to be a contrarian.
No, but
I mean, there's times too. I mean,
It ain't all fun and games when you pick that lone upset and it's all on you for 5 minutes.
don't get me wrong. Miami could have won a game. You never know. They can
no,
show
I
up,
agree,
play
but
up.
I think that's just the worst waste of that Derek King. That play calling they're doing.
He's
they
hurt
had
now.
him beat. They
Now
had him
he's hurt.
beat. And,
Dude, Miami's just terrible. It's poor coaching, man.
yeah, the coaching on that one.
My
sure, I agree.
buddy Tyler from Charlotte, his brother-in-law was a lineman coach or either lineman or linebacker coach at Miami. And when Manny Diaz came in, he got rid of the personnel, and he's part of that.
Yeah.
He's coaching at Bowling Green now. And, I mean, he was like, Manny Diaz, he's coming in, he's letting all of us go. And everything that he talked about, because we were down at the Alabama-Oklahoma game for the playoff in Miami, he was telling us all, telling us about what they did and all that. And I'm just not seeing that kind of discipline. It's kind of like Shula at Bama to Saban. You go from lax to hardcore rigid. They went the opposite way with that.
And the Michigan State coach is a Bama coach. He comes off that tree. I think he might have even been a coach's assistant at one point, too.
Okay. We were talking about Miami, but all right.
Well, he said Saban coaching.
Yeah,
I was talking about
relating
Michigan.
Gotcha.
Miami's gone to Manny Diaz.
Michigan
Seems
State,
to be a little
talking about
more
Michigan
lax
State.
and more, like a Pete Carroll at USC, but he ain't got the talent.
Yeah.
No,
That's
just bad
how
coaching,
I
'cause
see Manny Diaz.
that kid King can ball, but with that play calling, and it's just bad. Next game, Michigan, Northern Illinois.
Yeah.
We all took Michigan, but somebody said, well, Northern Illinois is not that far off. You want to tell us if you still feel that way after this game?
I mean, look, I remember being in Mike Shula.
No, I just need
it
to
was
know that you feel
2003.
good.
It was Mike Shula's first year as our coach, and I sat there in Birmingham when we still played games in Birmingham and watched Northern Illinois beat us.
And what this guy just say about being a contrarian sometimes?
Right, I know, right?
And so that just sticks with you. That kind of stuff sticks with
It's
you.
like
man.
the Bama doesn't run up the score.
You can't
Every
pick-
other school does. We just win.
You can't pick a lose like that for Penn State that just sticks with you, and so you're always like, that team's got something, some magic because they embarrassed us. You don't have that?
No, I'm an
No.
Eagles fan. It doesn't happen.
Oh, yeah.
That's not.
Well, if it
Gotcha.
did happen more often, you'd burn the place to the ground, I guess.
Yo, we won a Super Bowl in the city of Philadelphia. It's
Yeah,
still
we're on
there.
college. Let's go.
All right. Anyways,
We'll
UCF,
get to you later.
UCF, Louisville, and one person took Louisville,
That was Mr. Ryan.
Mr. Ryan. Although I think that game wouldn't have ended that way if Tyler Gabriel doesn't break his shoulder in like 17,000 pieces.
Jesus.
Hey, what did you say? If the frog had wings, he wouldn't bump his ass whenever he jumps.
That's what I
But
said.
speaking of that
My
frog,
bad. I wanna-
FSU Wake.
Wanted to TM that one.
What happened?
Nothing, apparently.
Yappy,
I mean,
right?
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, FSU getting worked again. I cannot believe it.
I literally called it last week, but I'm not going to be the only one letting
Yeah.
a bunch of people pick FSU and I don't pick them. Peer pressure got me on that one. I even called it. Wake Forest is going to beat them.
That's
So
okay.
They beat us last year too, I believe.
It's always somebody else's fault.
I just can't.
No, I didn't say it was anybody else. I made my pick, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's fine. How does he
Call
still
it.
have his job at FSU?
Yeah, that's
Bro,
a
I know.
legitimate question.
Because they're
Here's
still
the thing.
working out contract negotiations with
Yeah.
Deion Sanders. That's
who,
why.
Who else do they have to go to now?
They're really. Anybody want to book a moment? Deion
Wow.
Sanders will be the head coach of Florida State football.
If that
Okay,
was the
so
case,
we're
then-
You
jumping right
didn't
into
say
this.
the
Let's
magic
do it.
words to seal that in.
Yeah, you gotta say it.
You got to say the
You say it.
incantations.
You gotta-
Book it.
Yeah.
Well, see, and the reason I don't believe that's going to happen, before he even started coaching at Jackson State, that was a rumor that was flying around, and he didn't end up going then. So why would
But
they
he
pick
didn't
him
have
now?
experience.
Because
then.
now
he has it now.
the school that he went to and cherished and loved so much looks pathetic. pathetic. Like they should consider.
They were pathetic before.
If you watch Ted Lasso, they should consider regulating them to the FCS after what they've done this.
I should watch this show.
You should. They should. Jason Sudeikis, big fan of the show. We love Ted Lasso.
Thanks, Ted.
You want to call in?
Listen, no kidding. They should seriously talk about regulating y'all down the FCS and make some room for some guys that really want to move up. Wow. Y'all are terrible this year.
Are we talking like Jackson State
Dion
move
in
up?
there. What if Neon Dion doesn't even come this year, but next year y'all make the playoffs? What if it's something like that?
Like,
I don't see it happening.
It doesn't matter what you see. It could happen.
It could happen, but they should have, like I said, when we were terrible and they had the option to go get him, that's when you should have used his name and had him, used him for recruiting power.
He wasn't ready yet. Now
But
he's got a little
at Jackson
bit of
State, what's he really doing?
Well,
though? How good is he really looking?
He's coaching a little bit.
And I mean, you're going to give Deion Sanders a dumpster fire? If he's smart, I want to attach my name to that shit.
No, you want to fix
No
that.
way in-
You know how you fix that dumpster fire in college ball?
Hey,
you get a name that is going to attract recruits.
I hate to.
How are they going to attract recruits? Dion. You want to get coached by Dion? Come to camp.
Yeah,
no
are
joke.
You kidding me? Cool. I'll go play for Deion Sanders. We'll get blown out by 85 every week, but I got to play for Deion Sanders.
Alabama.
Are you kidding me? No, that's how it works in college ball. You have a master recruiter like Dion can do.
And you know what he's going to do? What does he have at Jackson State?
Huh?
Wait, didn't Jackson State beat FSU?
No, it's Jacksonville.
It's Jacksonville
State.
State.
God.
No, listen. Alabama hired Mike Shula because they looked at it as an opportunity to recruit the best talent because it's Mike Shula. It's Don Shula's son. Mm-hmm. Mike Shula comes from the pros as a coach. His dad's Don Shula, who's alive at the time. And maybe he's alive now. I don't really know. I thought he had died. But he was alive at the time. And that's what they looked at. The problem was, and I was there at that time and heard a lot from people that were inside of that would know this, he did not recruit. We would have gotten Tim Tebow if he could recruit.
I think
he did not. He was lazy and he was riding his name. He was lazy with his players and all of that. Dumpster fire. 5 losses in a row to Auburn. The thumb. Or 6 losses. The thumb. We hear this shit all the time. The thumb. Saban comes in, turns it around, losing the SEC championship his second year, win a national championship his third year. Deion Sanders, if he puts the work in, could get that same talent that fast as long as he runs a strict program.
See, I honestly,
he's Deion Sanders, man.
He is Deion Sanders.
Deion, man.
He is. But nowadays, with programs like Alabama, like Clemson, like these other,
he's the new
wants
hot
to
thing.
Go to a dumpster fire if I'm trying to get to the NFL?
Clemson was a dumpster fire before Taj Boyd.
So was Alabama before Nick Saban. Who wants to go to the new hot thing that's going to wow everybody?
Taj Boyd, everybody gives Watson and all these other guys credit. Taj Boyd was the real reason why Clemson turned around their program.
Okay.
No?
I'm going to go back to Ryan's side here on this one. I don't think Deion is going to be as big an attraction and be as effective as you think.
Exactly.
He'll make boosters happy. He'll make those legacy guys happy. And some kids, if you're a DB, are going to be like, hell yeah, I'll go play with Prime. But if you're an offensive, defensive lineman, running back, quarterback, what's Deion going to teach you?
DB, safety.
Okay.
And let's not forget one of the biggest things about
dual athlete shortstop.
You don't think Deion has professional friends that want to coach on the Florida State staff?
The coaching is not the biggest part of this. Nick Saban doesn't call any plays. He has his offensive coordinator and his defensive coordinator. You hire the talent around you. That's a known thing.
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
done. So it's not like he's got to be some great call-playing coach. He can hire that talent. I really do feel like he would draw a big crowd. It would be marketed well. You got to think, man, the first thing that, just because I know this, I'm sorry I'm talking about Bama so much, the first thing Saban does after the year, after the championship, is he sends a postcard out right after the draft. It's the very first outreach to his top whatever number of prospects that shows all the contracts of Bama players that were signed in that draft, and then the total at the bottom, it says built by Bama.
Yeah. Oh, see, and that's my point, kind of.
Deion, if he has that same kind of marketing and his name,
and that's what I'm worried about.
Exactly. Who's going to the NFL off of that team?
Nobody knew who Jackson State was till Deion
But what
signed.
I'm saying is that same kind of marketing, just something else that Deion can hire. Look at how he's
And
marketing
just
himself, man, and who he's using now. They could come up with something that would grab that attention and get that conversation started. That's all I'm saying.
Before this year, could you ever tell me a Jackson State game that you watched on TV?
I still can't.
haven't watched one.
Yeah, I
didn't watch it either.
No, but
All
I'm
I
just
heard
saying
is
it's on TV. Like, they're on TV.
Because here's my thing.
He will legitimize a dumpster fire. That's all he's going to do.
The thing is, I'm a Florida State fan. It's Deion Sanders. Yeah, he's a big name, but I don't care about Jackson State. I don't give two shits about Jackson State.
Right.
And I don't give a fuck that Deion Sanders is the coach. Excuse my French. So kids that are trying to go to a program, if you're going to try to win, Deion Sanders isn't your answer. People also forget that Deion Sanders wasn't necessarily like coached up. He was a freak of nature.
Yeah.
When he shows up to the combine, runs with gold jewelry on, and allegedly runs a 4-second flat 40.
3.9 actually. He claims
Exactly 3.9. That's intangibles. That's something that you can't coach a kid,
right.
and that you're not going to learn. I mean, Deion Sanders was also not a great tackler.
And I'm going to say,
Well, he didn't have to tackle 'cause
sure,
no one
as
threw his
as a celebrity and as a big, NFL icon, sure, that's what you've got. But we're also talking about a population now that if they see Neon Deion over at FSU and they look at Florida or any of the other big schools, they're going to say, this school's been winning a lot more lately. Deion was cool in the Pepsi ads, but I'm going to go over here. Because it really doesn't matter. If Mark Ingram tomorrow started coaching at, Auburn or something like that, which would never happen, by the way, you're not going to see people flock to it just for his name. They still want to win.
But if he's a position coach at a running back, he can bring in a position coach from the NFL. He has ties. You guys are just cutting it off. He's got friends in the league.
Friends aren't going to tell him what play to run.
But if you take
on third and
best,
10 with the game on the line.
But if he knows of a guy who's on a scout team and he's the next thing in defensive coordinator and he puts him at DB coach or whatever and he starts coaching these kids up that way, why wouldn't they want to play?
Because they're losing, bro.
Yeah.
Every program goes through ups and downs. The anomaly is Bama, but Bama was crap when they had Shula. You just heard him.
And when you see it turn around, have you ever seen one team that went from 0 to 100 that quick?
I mean, we got James Franklin, and before him, we were in obscurity. So I kind of have.
I mean, the 0 to 100, maybe not.
Exactly.
Ohio State wasn't exactly great, and Urban Meyer in 2 years turned that around. But they weren't like bad. They weren't dumpster fire bad. So I don't really know how that compares.
Yeah, I don't think as a coach, sure, as a marketing ploy and getting boosters happy and getting eyes on FSU, great. But being able to recruit that talent and call those plays and keep that program what he needs it to be, I don't think Prime's got that.
Yeah, not yet.
Man, if he did it though, dude, come on, man. Talk about a story. Like did any of y'all watch the Football Life on Saban?
No.
Oh man, you got to watch it.
I already took my sleeping pills that night.
No, dude, no. Listen, it doesn't matter if you're a Bama fan or not, or a Saban fan or not, or you could hate Saban. You'll respect a lot of that show. I'm serious. It's not any bias. It's a very well done show.
Do you need some tissues while talking about it?
Man,
I feel like
I'm serious, man. See,
Honestly, I agree with you.
It is
I've seen a lot of
good.
football lives about people that I did not care about. I'm like, damn, I didn't know he
it's
wasn't
on the
that.
NFL Network, and as far as the NFL goes, he doesn't have that best of a reputation.
No, he just walked out on the team.
It was a very good show. It was. And what if Deion did it though? Then it would be like, there's this whole other, like they'd have to make it a 2-part special.
Not for Deion.
Yeah.
Prime
Look at
time.
him. You could do 30 minutes on Atlanta Braves and the back and forth that he had with that.
So I just want to be clear. You're against Deion going to FSU.
As of right now, yeah.
I would be too.
don't think
I would
so.
I would rather have a coach that has some kind of
more
kind of clout
Hey,
that
would-
can actually potentially get us to
would you
actually
like-
win games.
Would you like if you heard he was coming on as the DC for the rest of the year? Like, would that be like, hey, we got a
A
chance
defensive
here?
coordinator? No.
Yeah.
But if he was a
Okay.
DB coach, absolutely.
So that's as high as you're giving him. You're giving him the assistant's assistant. All right.
I
All right.
for
personally
right now, yeah.
I can't. I don't.
Hey,
I don't see that.
Deion, I know you're a big fan. It's all right, man. It's-
I think even if he took it on an interim basis, he could turn that school around just with hype and just maybe take it out of the gutter because there's no belief in that football.
So he's going
program.
to turn a season around with the talent that he has now.
You never know.
Based
Maybe
off
they'll
his
play
name
harder
and
for
hype.
him. You don't know. Maybe there's got to be something going on at FSU. Whether it's coaching, players, I don't know.
Hype doesn't win.
That's what I'm saying,
win
bro.
football games.
That's
Like,
not true either.
We just got beat by Wake
100%
Forest.
true.
The week before we got beat by Jacksonville State. What? Come on, bro. Like, what else? What hype is there? What hype is there? At this point, they're just showing up. I'm probably not even watching another Florida State game this year.
You shouldn't have been watching.
I would
it
rather
to
watch
begin with.
paint dry because
Yeah.
I know the outcome. The paint's going to dry.
That's not good.
And there's no point in wasting my time watching another Florida State game because we're going to lose.
Do we have any other games to review, or were we done?
Yeah,
we were pretty good.
Ryan taking A&M against USF.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then Boise State
Took the
let me
FAMU
down
Rattlers.
yet again.
Yeah.
You know, USF ain't looking all that great.
Yeah. Well, so let's go ahead and take a quick break. We will be right back, and we're going to get into this week's picks for college football. We'll see you in a minute.
Do it.
Do it.
Just do it, baby.
And we're back. Week 3 of college football. Our picks are on deck. So, yeah, I think we go through the first ones that are all gimmies. So, pretty much, I'm going to assume we're all on the same Alabama, Georgia, Oregon, playing Southern Miss, Vandy, and Arizona, respectively.
Yeah.
I've got all the upsets.
You do not.
I
Yeah,
would
that's
love
a
that.
low. That's a horse.
All right.
And then we get down to Oklahoma, West Virginia.
Georgia Vandy.
Georgia, right?
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah, Georgia.
We're gonna assume like the top 3, Oregon
Hold
and
on.
Arizona.
Hold on. I want to hear from Contrarian over here. Because it's so far. Listen, here's what sucks. It's just beating me.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, are you taking.
I'm taking Georgia.
All right. And then are you taking Oregon?
Oregon over Arizona. Yep.
All right. Now, Oklahoma, West Virginia.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm gonna take West Virginia all day. Oklahoma hasn't shown me much, and West Virginia took down a really good defense.
I'm going with Oklahoma.
The same.
I think their size and speed is going to really do a lot for them on offense. I don't think they're going to have any struggles, really. I mean, I think West Virginia will score. That's a given, but
As the only guy that picked West Virginia last week, I just think Oklahoma's going to get it. I think that's easy. Iowa?
Oh, it's on me. Oh shit.
sorry. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
no.
he already said.
Oh, I didn't hear what he said. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, Iowa all day. What are we talking about?
Yeah, for sure. 100% Iowa.
Yep.
October 9th. That's the only game that matters for Iowa. Penn State, Villanova. I
What
think
you got?
Penn
You got
State,
Penn State,
right? Of course. That is all day, all day.
I have it as well.
Same. Unless they were playing basketball.
You know, I wasn't gonna take them until you wore that sweet jersey in here.
Right?
He's doing his best work in that jersey.
good, so
He's
good.
doing his
Penn
best
State,
work.
baby.
All right.
Texas A&M, Arkansas, 7 versus 16.
I got Arkansas.
Yeah, I got Arkansas too. I don't think Texas A&M will score.
Boy, Mr. Jack.
You want to see my pick? I'm going with Arkansas.
Oh,
I think Arkansas at home, running the ball, controlling the clock. I think they got a good chance because it's in Fayetteville.
So I've got the only A&M pick then. All right.
I just don't think
All right.
A&M can
so
score
far,
with
Nello's
Arkansas.
got the one with West
Exactly.
Virginia. I've got
Right?
Texas A&M there.
After watching them struggle against Colorado, I
Look
don't
at Colorado.
See,
Like,
yeah, I do not see
how are they
Texas
going to put
A&M.
points against that team?
I thought Arkansas was going to be alone in that.
Now, I'll tell you this. If it's not in Arkansas and it's in College Station, it's a different game.
Yeah. Oh, big time.
I still think I'd take Arkansas there.
Cincinnati's off.
Yeah.
This is a big one.
This is a big one because, I mean, Clemson, NC State.
What do you got, Nello?
I'll take Clemson. I just don't think Clemson can be this bad this long.
Yeah.
Jack?
I'm going Clemson as well. I think they've been playing to who they're playing.
Ryan?
NC State is at ACC ruiner, but I'm going to go Clemson.
I am the only one that's going NC State.
Yeah, I almost did that, but no way.
I think they're going to do it, man.
Wow.
Clemson has not surprised me.
No.
They're
And they're not that good.
And NC
I know, but
State,
how good
like
is
he
NC
said,
State?
is that just schedule buster for
Yeah.
the ACC. They
Yeah,
they
love
really
to
are.
mess with them.
Used to fuck with
And
us
this
at
is the
Florida
year
State.
they can do it to Clemson in a long time.
All right.
Number 10, Ohio State at Akron. I mean,
Yeah.
really?
Ohio State.
And probably not by much, but Ohio State.
Florida at Tennessee. I mean, no, Tennessee at Florida. My bad.
Wait, It's Tennessee is coming to the Swamp.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
ones in red.
Well, since
I've
I
got
know
Florida.
that, my pick is still Florida.
How about Josh Heupel writing checks he will not be
Tennessee
able to
could say,
cash?
"Hey, we're going to play them on the moon."
Oh, do we have contrarian?
Number one Gator hater.
No
But
way.
I'm still taking Florida over Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
There you go.
Big game, Notre Dame, Wisconsin,
yep.
12 versus 18.
Nello?
I think Wisconsin, Big Ten defense. I still don't think Notre Dame has impressed me much. If Purdue can keep them in a game, Wisconsin will keep them in a game.
Where
for
is
sure.
this game?
It's in
It's in
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm going with Wisconsin.
They're going to be live.
I think this is the biggest challenge that Notre Dame has faced this year.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree.
Ryan?
Just seeing Notre Dame play, I give it to them over Wisconsin.
All right. I got Notre Dame as well.
Like,
All right.
I don't
Wisconsin
know.
doesn't look like old Wisconsin last year or
Sure.
the year before. So,
That's
and Notre Dame's finding ways to win. Although they did let Florida State.
a
skip,
rowdy
so-
crowd in Wisconsin.
I just think Notre
Yeah.
Dame scores enough points.
Oh yeah,
Wisconsin doesn't do well in shootouts. Never have.
but they have the best defense Notre Dame will face so far, or has faced.
All right.
I think they can jump up a good bit with that too.
Yeah, Ole Miss is off.
Yeah.
Iowa State, Baylor. Number 14, Iowa State at Baylor.
Yeah. I'm taking the Cyclones.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah.
Cyclones.
Iowa State.
All
That's
right.
that's not a tough one, I don't
I don't
think.
think so either. We're unanimous there. That's
Yeah.
easy. Yeah.
Number 15, BYU at USF. I feel really bad for USF, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
congrats on your big
I
win
think-
against A&M last week.
I think that's a unanimous there too. I mean,
Yeah.
BYU is going to run through them.
Yeah. Coastal Carolina at UMass.
still taking them. Don't know where they're from, but keep on rolling, boys.
I took Coastal Carolina as well.
Yeah, they have a teal field. Why not?
I'm taking them too.
Michigan Rutgers.
Ooh. I'm still going with the Wolverines at this point.
I am too.
I don't think Rutgers is strong enough to take them.
If Shiano was still at Rutgers, I'd take Rutgers. But,
Rutgers next year might be able to play with Michigan, but not right now.
Yeah.
Ryan, this is one that you might go the other way.
Nah, I'm taking Michigan. Go blue.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Michigan State, Nebraska.
I'm on this train right now. Michigan State for sure.
Me too.
I think they're another one to watch out for in the Big Ten, especially if your name is Michigan and you feel like your year's looking really good. Michigan State, Michigan might go off later on.
Yeah, I'll have to take Michigan State too. But Nebraska, it wouldn't surprise me if Nebraska doesn't stay close.
Yeah, I was gonna say they stuck to whoever they played last week by a touchdown, right? I'm
We're-
taking Michigan State.
They played Oklahoma last week.
Yeah, and they only beat them by 7.
Yep. I mean, if Nebraska can stay in the game, what's West Virginia going to do?
Yeah.
So we got North Carolina versus Georgia Tech.
I think that's consensus, right?
UNC.
Across
I'm
the
on
board.
that UNC chain.
Yeah. Last week, Fresno State, UNLV. I'll take Fresno State all day.
Same.
Yep, same.
Yep.
UCLA I'm sorry. Auburn versus Georgia State. I just skipped it because apparently I would assume we're all taking Auburn.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you got to.
I feel bad. Auburn's going to come out and whoop Georgia State.
Maybe they'll bench Bo Nix at the half because they're up by so much, and then they're like, "Oh, this
wasn't-
guy really is better," and we
Yeah.
should have listened to all of our fans.
He wasn't the problem at that game.
Whatever, dude.
UCLA
You should
Stanford.
see the backup. He is amazing. He is mobile. He is strong. He has a great arm. And for whatever freaking reason, it's politics or whatever, because Bo Nix' daddy was a good quarterback, they keep starting Bo Nix.
Yeah. And their play calling.
Moving
is
along,
suspect as
UCLA
hell.
versus Stanford.
UCLA versus Stanford. UCLA.
Yeah, Bruins for sure. I think they're going to win this game.
Let's go Stanford.
Oh, there it is. All right.
Kansas State, Oklahoma State. I got Kansas State even though I wanted to take Oklahoma, but I just couldn't. I don't like the mullet.
I've got Oklahoma State.
I've got Kansas State.
I got K-State too.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's a good one for them.
This game's for Ryan at this Louisville.
I've got Louisville.
Yeah.
Sign me up for that one too.
Yeah, we all got Louisville. That was a consensus pick there. And then
Finally, Texas Tech, Texas.
it's in Texas. It's in Arlington,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Texas.
I'm taking Texas Tech.
Is he? Are
Nello.
you the only one?
Texas Tech.
Oh,
Texas Tech.
2 Texas Techs.
I really think it's UT. I really
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
They're both coming off
Sark's gonna get done,
undefeated.
man.
But
All right,
we'll see.
so just quick rundown. We're all pretty much either unanimous or at least two of us have the same opinion, except for Nello for 1, me for 3, and Ryan for 1.
Yeah, what can I say? I follow the crowd.
We'll see how that plays out.
What's that you say? Orgy down the road? You
I
lead
don't
the
know.
way.
I'm surprised.
Oh,
A&M, really?
Jackie Daytona here.
A&M, really? You think A&M's going to beat Arkansas?
I mean, listen,
That's the
You
way
think
they
that
talking.
offense can score?
That's
That's the way they talk in Tucson, Arizona.
what I think.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh!
slaughtering.
They couldn't score 10 points against Colorado. They're going to score at least 28 against Arkansas.
Mind your business.
I mean, every now and again, you got a bad day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Ask Aaron Rodgers, you know?
He turned that around.
I'm telling you this right now. The jury's not out on that yet.
You know what he didn't do, though? He didn't turn it around as much for Devontae
Shut-
Adams as someone would wish.
damn it!
Is this a good segue?
Are we talking about?
Are we segueing?
Are we segueing right now? Are we doing it now, guys? Should we hold hands and light the incense before we segue into fantasy football?
Woo!
Let's go around the room, boys. How'd you do? Wait a minute. 2 of us played each other.
Oh!
And I think somebody, Ryan, help me out here. My memory's fuzzy. Did somebody book it that they were going to beat Clay?
Yeah, I think he did.
I think it's
I just want to say one thing. Jared Goff should be looking down the freaking field instead of a freaking curl route to
man.
DeAndre Swift.
And as I said earlier in the chat,
Thank you, Nello. Thank you,
So-
Nello. I would like to say that the Penn is Mightier Hurricane at 122
Unbelievable.
defeated these Buckets Hurts so much. I can't see the rest of the name.
I thought it's
because you
Hurts so
put one-
good.
Well, he
Yeah.
put it so long you can't freaking see it in the app.
These buckets hurt so good.
121. Penn is Mightier Hurricane is the victor.
I'm actually gonna go to ESPN and write that I'd like DeAndre Swift's stats recounted and made sure that all those yards are accounted for correctly.
Hey,
honestly, I'm not going to lie. If you would just put on bonuses, bro.
how was your fantasy week, Ryan?
Mr. Matt Severs, congratulations, sir.
Ooh,
What?
Ouchie!
Wait a minute. I thought you were team HNIC.
I am.
yeah, he got beat by Matt Severs.
Matt Severs got me.
So does Severs'
I lost by 8.
team now take your team name and you have to? What are you now?
So
You can't be
just
the
lost to one.
HNIC if you lost.
Well, he's the Nittany Lions
still
right now.
1-1.
He's got the
I
jersey.
think
on.
it should be Nittany Lions.
we also got you played the most points. Severs got the most points in the league with 140. Killed it. But somebody in our midst,
And like I said, I lost by 8, so it wasn't
some wayward hero, somebody who it was a coming of age fantasy football tale, came from the lowest amount of points in week 1 to scoring the second highest and beating the current, at the time, head of the division with 1 win, but most points.
And with
Mr.
only
John.
7 points
John
out of
Kummel?
your Jameis Winston quarterback scenario.
And
That's
0
correct.
out of his
You really
kicker.
bought into that. Hey, Cooper Kupp, though,
So-
always solid, dude.
I want to just not only do I want to express how disappointed I was in Jameis Winston. He's just like he's like a witch doctor, right? Like I sang his praises. Like, hey, he's not that bad. I'm going to pick him up. I pick him up. He's like, oh, you're going to have faith in me again? Do you remember when you came to my first game as a Buccaneer and I threw a pick 6 and I looked up at the stands and looked right at you against the Tennessee Titans?
I remember because we were there together.
And I was like, are you shittlesing me? And poor John, he had, what's it? God, I can't remember his first name. Tyson Williams. So what happened was Tyson was about to put me away. And he was at the half-yard line when somebody Peanut Tillmans the ball out of his hands into the hands of his fellow wide receiver, who then runs into the end zone. So not only does Tyson Williams not get his deserved 7 points for the extra 10 yards and the touchdown, he gets a -2. And that took his point total from 17 to 10 and putting me forward by just 4 points. So I think my fantasy week went pretty well, boys. And I got to say, the guys I didn't replace, the old faithfuls that you guys were talking a little shit about. Well, not you guys. When I say you guys, I'm really talking to you, Nello, because you talk more shit than anybody. Elliott, Harris, Evans, Cup, they all went off for me. They all paid daddy back for his faith.
I'm still mad about that Cooper Kupp because if you didn't pick him that same round, I was going to take him.
Yeah, but I had my eye on him.
Yep, you got him.
So,
I'm a little
All right.
messy.
Well, now this fantasy corner is over. We
Oh,
can
well,
just
no,
keep
real
it.
quick. I believe last week you did say that the reason why you were going to win was because Herbert was going to go off, and Matt Stafford outscored him by 3.
oh,
For the record, if the Chargers were
For the
just
record,
a
you lost.
Yeah, like
Are you?
I said,
What's
bro.
your record?
2 touchdowns.
Speaking of records, what's yours?
2 touchdowns taken
What's your
out.
record? Goose and 2.
oh no.
Nil for those of you across the pond in the UK.
Wow.
Nil.
As
and
I said
2.
earlier in the chat, I got to wear this jersey for a couple hours, but a loss to Clay Wilkinson is forever.
Forever.
For the record, I did win Clay's league back in the day, though.
Back
He
in the
doesn't
day?
have
Nobody cares. All right, moving on.
Anything
come
to do with
on.
Sunday?
Picks last week. How'd we do, boys?
Yeah. How'd we do last week in the picks? Let's get on over to Nello. Tell us how we did.
You guys did good.
Who's you guys? Be specific.
Jack and Ryan went 10-5. I went 8-7, and second runner up was Clay with 9-6. One game.
Hey.
Wow.
One game.
Those were some good
1
games
point.
last week, though.
One game, 1 point. I'm
One-
just
one unit.
Just one better than you.
Terrible games last week.
I know.
Refs trying to stop us from winning.
Let's talk about it.
Some of these calls, though, like somebody brought it up in the group. Like these refs in both sides, college and pro, they got to get their shit together too. The players got to get their crap together. So do they.
One thing I really wish they would get down is the targeting situation.
Yeah.
Because
They
that
really
Auburn-
need to
that was not a
come
target.
together. No.
No, I agree.
I mean, the man's trying to stop him, and that's the thing that I've always hated about targeting is they act like they are moving in slow motion.
You talk about number 9
Yeah.
that got ejected.
Yeah.
And man, that was painful.
It's like
I agree.
they can't control themselves. You're trying to hurl yourself at another grown man moving full speed. You can't control that. Now, like if I'm back there like Rodney Harrison, Ronnie Lott back in the day trying to take your head off, that's one thing.
I still just don't understand. I saw week 1 Ohio State player steamroll a Minnesota Golden Gopher into the ground, and it wasn't targeting. But that game in the Penn State game, that kid got an unfortunate call.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I'm
And
talking
the
about.
Ohio State one was no call. Like it was like, oh, it's legal. Like there's no way.
They've
He
got-
literally led.
They've got to do that, and they've also got to start looking at defensive pass interference.
Yes.
Big time.
That's the second most poorly called call to targeting. Holding, you can get anybody on holding any game, any reason. It's
Most
just, it
plays.
happens all
Most
the
plays.
time. But those two, targeting and defensive pass interference, I would love to see a little bit more clarity, or at least a better definition and consistent play calling.
All you got to do is just let them get handsy.
Yeah.
If you let them get handsy and there's no serious contact or like grabbing of the arms,
Yeah.
then it really cuts down on the per instance belief at the time, right?
But they did that with the 5-yard
takes
cushion.
a lot. It just takes a lot of the gray area out because if you're getting handsy, and now listen, if you're a running back and you're just running and I'm getting handsy, it's not both ways. I understand that, but if they just look at it as you're allowed to get handsy if you're both doing it, then there's no call. It's just playing football.
Right. If you restrict the motion
Yeah.
of the receiver, then it's defensive pass interference. But if he's engaging you and you're engaging him back, that should be fair play.
And yeah, let it happen. And I think it helps too because the whole defenseless receiver over the middle really gives favor to the offense.
It does.
It does so much, and it's really, you've heard the frustrations of the secondaries that have talked about it, and you've even heard Tom Brady chimed in recently about it's the quarterback's job not to put his receiver in danger.
Yeah.
Right? But because it's almost like they're protecting them, and it's not fair to the defense, but it's really on the quarterback. It's just I would kind of level it out a little bit because you got to get handsy, man. The guy knows the route he's running. You don't know.
Yeah.
You got to be able to touch him a little bit, and if he's grabbing on you, you should be able to grab on him.
Yep.
I actually think these taunting, like there was a
that's
play and
ridiculous.
there was a play in the Seahawks Titans game where the defensive player made a play and he got a taunting and gave the Titans a first down or something.
Yeah.
So,
What are we doing? So like
we
they
could
can't
do-
even
yeah.
react. They can't like no
Yeah.
fun.
We
league
could do
was
a
legit.
We could do a mini episode just on this.
Edwards got
It's so
one
bad.
last week
Yeah.
too, just
Yeah.
for running
Turning around.
backwards into the end zone to talk to Antoine Winfield Jr.
Yeah.
He was turning to face his team, and they called him for taunting because he was looking at Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
I personally-
Somebody said Lamar Jackson can front flip into the end zone.
Yeah.
But he can't run backwards to
Right.
turn around and talk to somebody.
Yeah, like it's kind of crazy. Like the no fun league is happening. I liked like some of the off field stuff, like the Joe Horn with the cell phone, and the To with the popcorn might be crazy, but some of these celebrations were actually pretty cool.
I love Steve Smith back in the day when him and Ocho were going back and
Ocho,
forth.
yeah.
Oh, that was great.
When he grabs the pylon and putts with it, that was great.
I love the rowboat, all of it.
I don't really care much for showboating per se, but
The
at the same time,
Jack's the old act like you've been there before, son.
I am.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, absolutely. That's a good
I
point.
grew up watching Jerry Rice and Emmett Smith and all Barry Sanders. Those guys, they would look for the ref, toss the ball, get back to work.
On the side.
Larry
Not-
Fitz, but
having fun winning is the fun part.
Yeah.
But hey, I don't hate on these guys that want to celebrate. That's you. You do your job. Do
I
what
don't
you
mind
want.
if the celebration is just like doing the no fingers or something like that. Looking back, it's your opponent. You guys have been talking trash the whole time. You get one up on him. Get one up on him. I don't think it's that bad of a deal.
I don't either. But
It's
I mean-
kind of crazy.
As Bucs
These
fans,
rules.
that fucking Winfield when he peace signs Tariq. I mean, come on, that had to be one of the greatest feelings ever.
Oh yeah.
it's one of the most iconic moments from that Super Bowl.
My buddy's got it on a shirt and I love it.
Tyreek
See it
had
and I love
gloves
it.
made.
Yeah, right.
so
He had
could do it,
gloves made
'cause
so he could do it now without.
well, getting the taunting call. Yeah.
So now he's just going to hold his hand up.
Yeah.
He
now
does
he just
that,
literally
it's
he just holds his
got-
hands
it's
and he's
got
got
yellow.
the peace sign.
And then the rest are white.
Nice.
Genius, whoever thought of
Whoever
that.
gave that to him.
We
It's
go
actually
back
a
to
company I think that he invested in.
He
owns
did it.
half of.
Yeah, it was his idea.
Ah. Well, good for him. Good for him. Whoa, hey, yo.
week 2. Want to go down this list and see what happened?
Let's go.
Yeah, let's
Come
do
on.
it.
Thursday night game.
Yeah.
Washington Redskins, New York Giants.
I called this the Washington football team.
We all did.
Yeah.
General consensus across the board. We
Yeah.
got lucky on an
Barely.
offsides call.
Barely got it.
People talking bad about Danny Dimes, like he
Oh,
did
Jesus.
everything in his power to win that game.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but the rest of the team kind of messed that up.
Yeah,
They choked.
absolutely. Offsides on a missed field goal.
Yeah.
It's a rough break. Some of these videos of these Giants fans going crazy is pretty funny. Next game, wonderful. The Eagles open up their home opener against the 49ers with a big fat L.
Whoops.
Oh, no. At home.
Whoops.
Whoopsies. Jalen Hurts needs to throw in the middle of the field.
Hey, who gave them their first loss in that stadium that they play in now?
That would be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no. They also played them the last game at Lincoln Financial.
I bet if I asked 10 people where Jacksonville State was, they wouldn't know where they actually played, though.
But I actually know the answer to this. It's still Tampa Bay.
The Eagles lost this past week.
They
did
did.
lose this past week.
And they lost me a pick. I picked them.
Me
I thought
too.
they were going to do something big there.
Why do you think they lost? What do you think it was?
The
I
other
think
team had more points.
I honestly, if you really want to get down to it, besides the fact that the other team had more points, the Brandon Graham injury didn't help the second half defense,
Yeah.
even though we still played pretty good.
Losing Brandon
Hold
Graham
on.
on any
I actually
defense.
think
Thought your Lord and Savior Jalen Hurts would have
right.
carried him.
I mean, he still did pretty good.
Did he? Did he?
I think it might have been
Part the
Sirianni's
seas.
too lax.
turn water into wine.
I didn't like the play call, the Philly special in the red
I
zone.
thought that's corny.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like that means you're a little too loose. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Oh, it wins your
You
Super
know what I
Bowl,
mean?
but it's
Well,
not good enough to beat the 49ers?
No, but it's different. Nobody saw it in the Super Bowl. Now they're gonna.
Nobody saw it coming.
Yeah, now they're gonna expect you to try to pull it again.
Tough loss though.
That's just
Tough
what I
loss.
think.
It happens.
That's just what I think.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
You'll have more this season.
Yeah.
Who's next in line? I got one I really just want to laugh at.
Broncos Jags?
That's not it.
We went consensus there.
Yeah.
Bills Dolphins.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Tua is not hurt, by the way, guys. I know you were worried. Everybody out there, you're worried that our old Bama alum, Tua Tagovailoa, was going to be hurt. They just say it's just a little bruising. He should be fine. Might be back this week, guys. Thank you for all the cards. That was sweet.
What I love is if you scour Twitter for a little bit, you will see that now all of these Dolphins fans are like, yeah, we need a better O-line. They're just now saying that.
Yeah.
Haven't said shit about it. Haven't
Not to
complained.
mention the Bills were coming in off of a stinging loss
At
from
home.
the Pittsburgh
Yeah.
Steelers.
Oh, yeah.
They were coming there to kill them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And they did just that 35-0.
Next, well, the injury didn't help, but that's fine. I don't think the Dolphins are as bad as that game predicted. But anyways, next game, Browns-Texans was consensus all the way through. The Texans did give him a little bit of a game in the first half.
And unfortunately, Tyrod is now out with a hamstring.
Is he not the unluckiest SOB
It's
on
not.
a football field?
Yeah, it's a lot of these older quarterbacks are taking off to run in the game and then getting hamstring injuries.
Well, last year,
why
he got
are we
his-
surprised about this?
Last year he got his lung
Collapse,
punctured
yep.
before the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
It's just unlucky.
by the doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next game, Bengals-Bears.
This is one that kind of made me happy watching Joe Burrow, this career winner, get 3 picks in a row on consecutive throws.
And one of the picks was for a touchdown, which decided the game.
Like, Joe, I mean, listen, I don't wish ill on Joe Burrow. I just
I
know
did.
that he's a cocky son
I
of
don't
a
wish
bitch.
injury.
He's cocky out of LSU. He came in number 1. He got his prized possession and threw 3 consecutive picks. I don't think I've ever seen it. 3 consecutive back-to-back-to-back picks. Isn't that what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
By the same guy. Not by the same guy,
No,
but by the
the
defense.
same. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next game,
Winston
Clay,
even
what
do that,
was your
huh?
friend's name in Carolina that
No.
listens to this show?
My good friend Tyler Marriott.
Okay, Tyler Marriott. I'm the only guy on this podcast that has picked the Panthers 2 weeks in a row.
That's true.
Last week, none of you guys had any faith that they were going to get it done, and they did. They brought good old Jameis back down to earth.
Yeah, they did. They dominated. Not just the video department, the whole team. And they watching oh my God, help me, quarterback
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. Watching him take control of that offense like he has, I'm kind of like, oh, that's efficient as hell. That might be a problem. As of
McCaffrey's
right
back.
now,
They look good.
hey guy, listen, I was talking about how great that Saints defense was. Didn't really matter. Didn't really play a factor.
No, I'm after watching that,
They're the only team
It'll
that are
be-
going to give the Bucs a run.
I was about to say it'll be interesting to see. Not really all that worried about the Saints. Not at all. And don't forget the Bucs, both Super Bowl runs, they lost to the Saints both games in the regular
Yeah, we were
season.
swept by the Saints both times we've won a Super Bowl.
Not worried about them this year, but now Panthers are definitely on the radar.
Absolutely, 100%. Next game, Rams-Colts. Carson Wentz was able to injure both of his ankles in this.
But hey. Listen, I love that. I love that that's your comment.
I'm just saying, he missed both of them.
But everybody else gets 10 degrees of shit about why they should have won this game. You're forgetting that Indianapolis was in this game for most of the time
Hurt
against
both ankles.
an NFC team that we have all lauded as one of the best in the NFC,
Both
if not
ankles.
the best in the league. And you're not going to have anything to say?
That's about it.
Okay. Yeah, Colts look good. Michael Pittman Jr. put up some yards on
He
my
can play.
bench.
It's just his quarterback is like
Yeah.
Cinderella made out of glass.
Darn right.
You know? Anything else? I mean, that's a big game coming up this week.
Yeah,
For who?
for the Bucs.
For the Bucs.
Oh, we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole topic. But the Rams, dude. I mean, I've been saying it since before the season. Stafford, he's going to show you who has always been. Just couldn't do it in Detroit because Detroit sucks the life out of you.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm standing by that. You're going to see that he is going to week in and week out do quite well.
I just don't understand how you hurt both ankles in the same game. It's just mind-boggling. But
I mean,
neither
that's
here nor
Tua.
there.
That's Tua. He did it.
Yeah, that's true. I thought Tua might have died after that hit, actually. I thought maybe when they took him out on a stretcher, they put one piece and then the other.
Summertime love. He's got a heart of glass.
Wow.
Next game, Raiders-Steelers. We should should get Megan in here and say, thank you, Megan, for that wonderful advice.
She's not
Who
going
did I pick?
we all picked the
The
big
Steelers went all the way across the board.
So, I mean, the Steelers are playing, what
Derek
they should
Carr.
on offense. But listen, Derek Carr is having a phenomenal start.
Phenomenal.
800 and something yards in 2 games.
They have a college offensive coordinator, guy from college last year. Pittsburgh does 2 weeks in a row. They said that when they first started, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I watched this offense. It looks like a college offense. It's
Ask
a
Chip
lot
Kelly how
of
that
quick
works.
wide receiver screens and stuff like that. And the Raiders were bringing it just like they did when they played Lamar week 1. And I was like, do the Pittsburgh Steelers forget what a traditional screen pass is? I just couldn't understand it. Everything on that offense, I was like, this, like 5 times in the game, did they run that out route to Chase Claypool and just send him up the sidelines, and they were just throwing it up there, hoping for something. And I was like, this is not what I would imagine a pro offense would look like.
Well, they were talking about Big Ben having a pec injury.
Yeah, he was getting beat up.
3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, and then TJ Watt. Once TJ Watt went out, that just killed their pass rush.
Yeah, it did.
Because the other guy Ingram, I think he's on
Melvin
the other
Ingram.
side. Melvin
Yeah,
Ingram couldn't get any penetration once there was no double coverage on the other side.
No, he had a couple of good plays, but once TJ left, they could accommodate the forces over to block him and not worry about the other side.
So I didn't watch the game, but what did they do with Najee? Why are they running him up the middle like anything?
Yeah, they did
he
some.
Caught some balls I saw, but
They get into this rhythm. I think NFL coordinators do. They go, all right, it's 1st and 10. Let's get a run play in, then we'll do this, and then we'll do play action. You know what I mean? But I don't know. They didn't run what I expect Steeler football to look like.
okay.
And Najee got a nice little scamper for a touchdown this week, and he has stayed in for every offensive snap. So, I mean, I think they like him. He does what they need him to do. It's just the offense in Pittsburgh is not what it used to be.
I mean, the O-line's always been weak. Ben's always getting hit. That's why he's been injured. Like 3 of the last 5 years, I think. He's missed significant games. I mean, the O-line just has gaping holes in it. They have been.
Yeah.
That and a lot of their offense is deep. That Antonio Brown, when he was there,
Yeah.
Juju, Claypool, they look for a bomb.
Yeah.
They need that slot guy.
They'll stretch him.
Hey, Scotty Miller. He's about
they
to
had-
hey, Scotty Miller's going to show up.
I thought they had Deontay Johnson, but
Yeah, they did.
Well, he's made of glass too. Jesus, he gets hurt every other game.
Yeah.
Next game, Patriots Jets. There's somebody here that was smart enough to take the Jets.
Who was that?
that was me. I took the Jets, hoping
There you
that they would
go.
win.
Better own that.
4
Dude,
picks out of
I was about to say.
Zach Wilson.
He would have been 5 for 5 if we counted those interceptions.
You don't see 4 coming out of that guy.
No.
That's a fluke.
That's just I did not expect
Belichick
that.
is Belichick.
Yeah.
Bucs Falcons. It was a consensus all the way through.
Ooh, that defense.
That defense looked really, really good
Yeah.
all game long.
Hey, remember what I said last week? Last week they looked like first half of last season. Honestly, the first half of this game, they kind of look like the first half of last season. But that second half, not just because they got 2 pick sixes in a row, just the defense started clamping down outside of those 2 big plays. I think we're now seeing that end of last season playoff Super Bowl.
And it was very nice to have Jordan Whitehead back in the lineup.
Oh, yeah. That helped
We
big
were
time.
so starved for DBs, but Jordan Whitehead coming back, part of that Super Bowl squad, he made a massive difference into why the Falcons couldn't move down the field.
Via de Vea.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Oh, boy.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Watching him it's scary, right? Like none of these large human beings that are paid to block people can block this guy. He just walks people back.
Yeah.
You know what? Cordell Patterson did let off a few good plays.
Yeah, he
here.
did.
Oh, yeah, he had a
Yes,
big
he
game.
did.
Got to give him a little credit.
Hey, they used him to his full potential.
And he got
That's
a
all
lot
I
of
can say.
respect out of the Bucs special teams too. I mean,
Yeah.
Squibb kicked it to him every time, and we made adjustments for him. But he's just a good player.
But gosh, their D line was batting down passes.
Yeah,
The linebackers were like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
Like Shaq Barrett got an interception.
got a pick. Yeah,
JPP
Got,
deflected a pass that was a pick for White, wasn't it?
yeah. No. White.
Edwards.
Yeah, Mike Edwards deflected. Antoine Winfield deflected the pass that Edwards caught.
Well, but David was going to get one, but JPP batted the ball down. I thought it was
Yeah. But all
That's a big game,
told,
actually.
that was a good game. Joe Tryon, I'm happy to see he's on special teams. He's coming in every game in at least the second quarter. He's not getting a full rotation right now, I don't think, but he's been looking really, really promising.
Yeah.
Like, as a rookie that nobody knew anything about, he has outperformed so far.
What did you think about the O line this week? A little bit sus.
No, not a little bit suspect. I mean,
No, I didn't get that.
yeah. Well, you just talking about the one sack fumble. That's Donovan Smith.
I mean, dude, he came around from the outside behind him and hit the
I know, but
arm.
next
That's
week's
not-
opponents,
come on,
you can't sleep on that.
Hey,
That
no.
line is
yeah,
good.
of course,
And
of course.
Next
I
week's-
I
yeah.
don't think there's any problem with the O line.
We'll get into that. When we
Dude,
get into
hey,
next week.
Devin White.
Devin White.
Devin White looked good on Sunday.
That quarter got 2
Woo-wee.
touchdowns.
Yeah, Mike Edwards. That's who we've been talking
Oh
about.
yeah, right.
Yeah, but Devin White
Jesus
was
Christ.
all
Where's this
over
guy
that
at?
field. Devin White was everywhere.
Yeah. I looked at my wife at some point and I was like, is there a play where Levante doesn't tackle the person? Like Levante David was on fire that game. Him and Devin White,
Well,
best
that
linebacking
I'm
core
about to
in the
say,
league.
I can't decide a better one.
Next game,
Bobby Wagner.
Dallas Cowgirls versus the
Ho, ho,
Los
ho,
Angeles
ho, ho.
Chargers.
Hey, put some respect on that. Put some respect on that this instance, sir.
I'm not saying the Dallas Cowboys versus the LA Chargers.
Yeah. What was the outcome of that game?
The Chargers gave the game away.
No. That's not what happened.
Cowboys won because they gave the game away.
You mean because they were better?
And some bad
Because they
officiating,
scored
some pretty
more
bad
points?
officiating.
That's a
is
funny
what I'm
way
hearing.
to say they're better.
I don't know. Justin Herbert was throwing darts.
Hey, who
So was
picked the
Dak
Cowboys
Prescott.
to win?
I think all three
Everybody,
of us.
everybody but me. No, that's not true. Clay took the Chargers too.
Oh.
I had my faith in Herbert.
Herbert, bro.
I did.
He
I
still
did.
looked good. Did you see that pass to Eckler?
He looked good.
You see
That
that pass to
secondary-
Eckler?
Here's another one.
Dallas secondary's garbage.
How did I do on this one? Tennessee, Seattle.
Yeah.
How'd I
You
do?
did good.
I do good?
Yep. You and Ryan both did good there.
Look at that.
Even though they tried to give the game away. to
Although in the
Seattle.
first half,
Guys.
you guys don't run. You don't run Derrick Henry.
Oh,
I'm so
God.
glad that they realized the second half they needed to keep doing that.
Picking on me.
What we was going to do is get them tired in the first half with the running fellers that catch the ball every once in a while. And then in the second half, we're going to take that fella there that looks like a refrigerator. We've run to hand him the ball and watch him run up and down on them some bitches in their own goddamn house.
He just wanted to give everybody a nice head
Dude,
start
he-
to make it fair when he takes the title again this year.
Yeah.
Man, that was some impressive stuff.
Yeah.
God, I love Derrick Henry.
And that Julio catch, that was absolutely
Oh
a
my,
catch that-
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Golly.
You know about Julio, don't you?
There was a bad call in the Eagles game too about the.
And
That was,
then,
that was part of that ass whooping.
and then the safety that they didn't give us in overtime too.
The Kansas City Chiefs versus the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
The
I think we all lose that one.
Let's hear
Yeah.
those stat lines.
Yeah, we all lost that, but the Chiefs gave that one away too.
Mahomes, first loss in September.
Hey, you know what? That's a silly thing to throw him out for because he's still elite. Like,
Yeah.
But a lot of people are going to sit and, oh man, I can't believe that. Hey, here Mahomes lost a game.
Hey,
In September,
the
by
fact
he was undefeated.
that is a stat that is being thrown everywhere
Right.
shows you how amazing this
Yeah.
guy is.
How how bottom of the
you
barrel. they
just
got.
lost your first
Right.
game in the first month of football and just threw your first interception.
And you know the big
In the month of
factor?
football.
And
Yeah.
that who was what I think Tariq Hill only had 14 yards and like one catch. It was like a Super Bowl.
Dude, the guy, give him all the credit in the world.
Yeah.
The guy is just freaking amazing. He is going to break everything. All the records that a quarterback can have, he's going to own all of those by the time.
Well, I don't know, man. Brady's playing for quite some time.
I know,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Brady seems like a Highlander.
That
there
is-
can only be one.
yeah, but
I don't know, dude. That's going to be tough. But, all right, who else we got to pick before we get into our picks?
Lions, Packers.
Oh.
Packers won the game, but Jared Goff couldn't go down the fucking field like he's supposed to and just to pass it to Swift to give this guy next to me the win.
DeAndre Swift.
This stuff.
Sweet.
Big
Sweet.
fan of the show. I thank you, sir.
Don't call in. I don't want you to call in.
He's lying to you, DeAndre.
You next time you're in
Yeah,
Tampa,
yeah, I'm
you
lying.
have a free meal at Tony and Nello.
No, you don't.
Oh, dear Lord. Yeah, that was a good week of football, though.
Oh yeah, that was a great. That
But we
was an
still got one more.
offense late.
That's all the
week.
games.
How
Oh,
how about that offense this week?
Oh, yes, we do have one
Just
more.
overall.
But I think the best game of the week that I forgot to put on a sheet that we didn't pick was the Vikings-Cardinals game.
Yeah.
I would have taken Cardinals all day.
Yeah, I was taking Cardinals
I would have
there.
taken the Vikings, actually.
I would
Yeah.
take Cardinals.
You guys can give yourselves losses and us wins. It doesn't matter to me.
No, we're not doing
I probably
that.
would have taken Arizona. They look pretty fucking stout.
Yeah,
Again,
man.
the curse of the Vikings. Kickers can't seem to get it. That they
Did
gotta
you
go
like
in
how the
between.
commentator was like, it's good? And then the color guy's like, no, it's not. It's not good. We didn't make it, Chip.
Man.
Yeah, that was hysterical. So there's only a handful of 2-0 teams right now in the league. They've got the Bucs and the Panthers for sure, both 2-0. Rams, I believe Niners,
Broncos,
Raiders, and the Raiders. I think that's it. I mean,
and Arizona too. Did you say anything?
Oh, that's right. No, Arizona. Forgot him again.
See?
Yeah. Anybody who's panicking that's wearing a Chiefs jersey right now, just give up.
Nobody's panicking.
Yeah.
It was a Chiefs jersey.
You shouldn't be. It was a hell
Even
of
if
a-
they lose next week, it's
Yeah.
not panic mode.
Right. But who's the first team to get off the undefeated list? Two of them are going to have to put that on the line this week in the Bucs and the Rams. So who is the first team to take that first L?
Oh, who's going to lose or who's going to win?
Yeah, who's going to lose out of all those teams?
Well, I'm telling you this right now. The
I know who you're
Raiders
picking.
could lose to the Dolphins,
Yeah, they could.
right?
They could.
Depending on how Derek Carr is, because there's no backup. Mariota's already hurt, and if Carr's elbow is not good,
Shock.
who's going to play? Peterman?
Yeah.
Is he even still on that team? Is he? I don't even know.
I don't know. It's Gruden, man. He's probably got Rich Gannon back there somewhere, hooked up like Frankenstein.
But I'll tell you, the team who's not going to lose is the Broncos. They're going to go undefeated next week, too. I mean, the Jets go to Denver.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've got that for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rams are going to lose. The Bucs going to be the Rams. That's it.
That's a tough game. That's a tough
It is.
game.
But like-
it's in LA. I get it, but the defense is just too good.
I think it's
It's a pick 'em game. There's
Yeah.
no. It's
I
just-
understand,
let's,
I understand that. I just think you take care of Cooper Kupp and we've got enough guys left on the field to handle everybody else.
All right, so let's take a real quick break, and then we will get into our picks for week 2, or week 3, rather, of the NFL. And we're back. Talking about pro picks for week 3. And I said it was week 3 of college football. It's week 4 of college football.
It is.
And we are going on week 3 of NFL. So, there's a lot of big games this week, I feel. I mean, we got some good stuff going.
I mean, there's none bigger than the Bucs game.
I agree.
Like, yeah, maybe the Chargers Chiefs if you want to get excited, but there's no better game. Not this week,
Yeah, I agree.
except for
That's
that
gonna
Monday
be
night
one that-
game. No, I'm just playing.
Oh, God. Who's Monday night? Oh, it's one of those, huh?
It's one of those.
Oh, boy. So, let's get into it, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's put the Panthers up first, under the spotlight, in Houston.
This is for Clay's friend. I think that
Tyler. Can you not remember his name is
no,
Tyler?
I can't. Sorry, Tyler. I'm bad with names. Yeah, the Panthers win. Defense is superb.
Yeah.
You know.
So you're going Panthers, huh?
Yeah.
Let
I'm the
me
same. I'm the same.
Yeah, with a backup quarterback coming in. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the Davis Mills, the rookie who did not wow me in preseason, but yeah. So I haven't picked the Panthers yet all year, and you think that's going to stop right here? Is that what you think?
I think so.
I don't know. I don't know which way it's going to go. I don't know.
You'd be right. I'm picking the Panthers.
Oh, there it is. All right. I was really concerned. I was like, I don't know. Tyler may not ever want to come to group functions with you.
No, absolutely. I think they're a no-brainer with Davis Mills at quarterback. I mean, they were still already slated to win for me, but without Tyrod Taylor, that's a tough ask.
Although
That'll limit his
that coach at
possibility.
Houston, like, you know, for what he's got working with, he's actually doing a pretty good job. They're
Yeah.
in games.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think just with Tyler Taylor out there, just kind of removes the opportunity, but it was still the Panthers for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
shoot, man,
That defense is
They
good.
proved me wrong.
Defense is good.
So they look good.
Okay.
Are the Packers back or are the 49ers for real?
I got to go Green Bay.
Is this in California or is this in Lambeau?
California.
Got to go Green Bay. I think we're about to see Aaron Rodgers be like, hey, that first game was just me letting y'all know. And here we are.
I don't believe the hype. It was the Lions. I'll take the Niners. That defense is still good. That front seven is good.
What you got?
I actually have the Packers as well.
So do I.
Oh.
I think Aaron Rodgers is back. I think that offense was able to keep up with Detroit and then run on without him. The defense stepped up. Jair Alexander had a good game. Yeah, I think the Packers are going to do it. Aaron Jones playing out of his mind.
Did Tanyan have a good game?
Oh, yeah. That old Robert Tanyan, or as apparently they need to call him, Bobby Tanyan. Somebody out there in podcast land is very upset with Robert Tanyan because he got me 14 points.
Yes, he did.
Attaboy, Bobby.
Not enough.
Attaboy, Bobby.
Aaron Jones went off like I didn't expect.
Yeah.
He's done that. Last year he did it.
I didn't expect it in this game.
Not this game. Like, it's one of those things I had Derrick Henry and he just goes off 3 touchdowns and I come back on my boy and then he's got Aaron Jones left and I'm like, hi, I got you, bitch.
Yeah.
And then he goes off for 3 touchdowns. Like, man.
No respect for the Niners. That's crazy.
No respect for the Niners.
Defense is gonna be
I
good.
think offensively, they can't keep up with the Packers, and the Packers are going to score. It's going to happen. Anyway, let's move on to the next one.
Ravens, Lions. What a game.
I flip-flopped on this one a lot.
Me too. I was like, what do I do? Jared Goff, Lamar Jackson. I just couldn't make up my mind.
I think on a short notice or a short week, I'm going to go with the Ravens. Extra day to prepare.
Ravens.
They've got the hot hand right now.
Yeah. I just have my faith in Lamar.
Oh, Lamar Miller, yeah. Isn't that the one thing that that they were saying on the broadcast? Is that a thing now?
Apparently, he actually got a tryout. Lamar Miller got brought into for the 49ers, I think.
Yeah, they're having some running back injuries too, but
What was it, Lamar Miller and
Lamar Jackson, right? Like that Chiefs game, they kept running the same option and it kept working.
Yeah.
He's going to find defenses where that doesn't work. Then
Right.
what happens when he has to throw the ball?
Yeah.
I mean, I
Oh,
love
then he's got Hollywood Brown, who had a great game for him. Although I got to say, a lot of the times when he's throwing to Hollywood, you're seeing Hollywood slow down or bend over to pick up the ball or do something acrobatic to try to get it. Hollywood Brown is a freak at wide receiver, and I think he's a pretty damn good producer too. But, yeah, Lamar, man, you could protect some of your players.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Next game, Falcons-Giants. I got the Giants.
Really?
I got the Giants.
Really?
I liked the Giants last week, believe it or not. They showed a lot, and if they could just line up on side, it'd be okay. And Daniel Jones isn't the problem.
I'm going to say Atlanta, and I'm going to say Daniel Jones has 1 fumble.
Wow.
He didn't have one. Okay.
Danny McDimes
Yeah, I'm going Atlanta.
going to Atlanta. I'm going a different direction. I think Danny Dimes and Saquon Barkley finally having a couple weeks back into the league, playing the way he's playing, and Atlanta showing me absolutely nothing.
On run defense at all.
I'm going with the Giants. I think they win that game. It's in New York, yeah?
It's in New York.
Yeah, that's a Giants win, I think.
So what was the Saints game then?
The last week?
Yeah, what was that?
I have no idea. Oh, the Saints against the Panthers last week?
Yeah, well, so what was that? When you look at our division, all right.
Y'all been sleeping on the
Giants,
Panthers. You're the
really?
only two.
Yeah.
I understand, but the Giants, okay.
The Giants look good
listen,
on Thursday night.
I love it. We'll see how that plays out. I like where I'm at with Ryan, our pick leader.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't want to. I like seeing the Giants do bad because there's 3 people in my office that are Giants fans, and one of them is the loudest guy in the office. And I love them to death, love them, but
Yeah.
I just like to see the Giants do bad.
Okay.
Me too, but not. They're not. They're going to beat the Falcons. Their offense is
I don't
better.
think
Their
so,
defense
man.
is better.
I don't
man.
think so.
All right.
I think.
Saints Patriots.
Saints, Patriots, Belichick.
Yeah? Wow.
Oh boy!
Really?
I don't have no faith in the Saints.
Holy
That
cow.
that first game was a fluke. Aaron Rodgers just didn't want to play that week, apparently.
Okay.
So Aaron Rodgers playing defense when Jameis dropped 5 TDs?
But when you're inside the red zone every
here.
time, it's okay.
Oh, man.
You don't have to move the ball, and that was proven.
Who
You
you
can't
take?
move the ball.
Who you
Who else
take?
can't move the ball? Philly. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take my boy Jameis and the Saints.
So subtle.
I'd say.
Yeah,
New
me too.
Orleans.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think the Saints defense is good, and Mac Jones doesn't make big risky plays to win those games. He is a QB general right now as a rookie.
Damian Harris is going to have a hell of a fantasy week this week.
Not against the Saints.
That's all I'm going to say.
Not against the Saints. I love that guy. Damian Harris is my guy, but I don't think he is.
Wasn't Justin Herbert supposed to blow up last week too?
He would have had 3 touchdowns if the offensive line wasn't holding, but that's neither here nor there.
Would have.
They're on to you. They're on to you, Nello.
It's Bengals Steelers.
Yeah. Ooh.
Joe Burrow comes back and silences the naysayers. I don't believe the Steelers after last week.
You're taking Cincy?
Yeah.
I am taking Pittsburgh. I want everybody to know, especially Megan.
I am actually taking Cincy as well, but it's only because Ben's out.
Big Ben is officially out of that game.
I don't know if he's officially out. When I read, he said they were talking about a pec injury. I don't know.
If I'm not mistaken, what I read was he has a pectoral injury and he will be out for about 3 weeks.
I knew there was an
I don't
injury.
care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Rudolph against Burrow. You're going to go Rudolph? Mason Rudolph?
I
or
will.
is this the Dwayne Haskins show? What happens? Who plays quarterback?
Haskins if Roethlisberger's not in there.
You think Haskins?
They need Haskins in there if he doesn't play.
What's your pick?
Oh, then I'm definitely going with Cincy.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That makes it's hard without T.J. Watt. Is T.J. Watt out in that game? Golly.
The groin.
Gosh, I'm going Steelers. I think their offense is just too good. I think
sticking with
Steelers
them.
win at home.
Me and you sticking with them. I think they still got it.
Colts Titans.
Tough game. Tough game.
Not a tough game.
This was easy for me.
Yeah?
Tennessee all day.
Titans. Wentz isn't going to play.
Yeah, I called Titans too.
If Wentz doesn't play, I think the backup, is it Eason or is it Eyinger?
Ellinger?
Is it Ellinger
From
from Texas or is
Yeah.
it Eason from LSU? Because they drafted
No.
both.
No, it's
drafted-
it's Ellinger.
Ellinger? Yeah, good luck, kid. You're going to need it.
All right. I think this one's a wash too. Buffalo at Washington.
I got the Bills.
I take Washington.
Oh wow. Okay, so never mind. I got the Bills too.
Right?
Yeah, I got Buffalo.
In Heineke, we trust.
Oh, and then also, it didn't say he's officially out. So if you got Big Ben that you're trying to start in a fantasy league,
So that is a thing that I want to say that in Heineke we trust. Heineke took a little bit to get going against the Giants. I think he's a serviceable quarterback. I think he's better back there as an option throwing the ball than Fitzpatrick is, because at this point Fitzpatrick's like 80 and he's getting hurt every time he's going out there. But Heineke takes way too long to get started, and that's why I think the Bills go up. They go up fast, and then they keep the gas on.
I don't know. That's a good defense they're still playing against.
Yeah.
We saw them with the Raiders defense, which is also another unheralded defense that is playing lights out.
Let's be specific here. It's just the front seven. The secondary's trash.
Yeah.
Right, but you need time to throw the ball,
Yeah, well,
and they don't run the ball that well in Buffalo, so we'll see what happens. I
All
guess.
right.
they're going to be
So we got everybody's pick in for that one?
Yeah,
All right.
Nello's the lone man on that.
Chargers Chiefs.
Chargers Chiefs.
I'll be the lone man on this one too, I bet.
I bet you will. If you're picking the Chargers, you are.
Chargers. I still think Justin Herbert is the truth. I still think the Chargers are good if they can get over the mental mistakes. Do you know who the Chargers head coach is? He's a defensive coordinator for the Rams last year.
Oh, good. Did he bring
so
Jalen Ramsey
But
with
he
him?
took a pretty mediocre defense and held the Dallas Cowboys down to 17 points with 30 seconds left.
Did you just give Dallas a backhanded compliment?
Well, you know, I was just being nice.
Is that what you did?
I was just backing my
Did
argument.
you just compliment?
No,
I got a little
wouldn't-
lightheaded on that one.
Yeah.
I didn't compliment. I'm just saying.
You just said
did a
that
good
there's
job.
Such a great offense.
So I'm
You
taking
are-
the Chargers,
accidentally
and I don't know what's
did.
going on with the Chiefs.
timestamp that. So
Yeah,
we can
that's
just play it back?
131.
I won't be complimenting anybody on when we go to Monday night. Let's
Ryan? KC?
Oh, I'm taking Kansas City all day.
Yeah, same here. Kansas City. I think them coming off of a loss in September, I just think that team coming out of a loss is a scary team. I'm going
Mahomes
with
ain't going to
Chiefs.
lose 2 in September.
No.
Cardinals and the Jags.
Oh, God. I kept going back and forth on how I was going to say Cardinals.
Yeah.
I was about to say, really?
Cardinals?
Yeah, Jacksonville has no
Cardanios?
shot.
No
Cardinals.
shot, man. No shot.
You don't have no faith in Trevor Lawrence?
No.
I don't.
Say it.
Oh,
Out loud.
Arizona.
Dang it. All right. Unanimous.
Bears, Browns.
Browns.
Yeah.
Browns without Jarvis Landry.
I'm still Team Browns.
Browns. I don't start worrying about it until you say Browns without Nick Chubb. Then I'll start worrying.
And
I'll
then
take the Bears.
Browns without Kareem Hunt, and then Browns without Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know if OBJ is going to come back and in what capacity he's going to come
He
back.
just took
And-
Chicago.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm taking the Browns.
Yeah, same here.
That's another one for Nello.
Brownies
I'm telling you guys.
Nello's either going to look like a genius
or an idiot.
or a total fool.
No, because just think about it for a second.
No,
that
I'm just
offense
thinking about it. That's
without
what it is.
any wideouts,
Yeah.
who's gonna catch the ball
Who's going to stop
Kareem
Nick
Hunt
Chubb?
out the
against that
backfield?
front seven?
Please say the Jets.
No, why would I say the Jets?
Yeah.
I'm just.
I
really,
said the Broncos were going to win before
Yeah.
we even started.
All right. Okay. Well,
And I mean, that front seven ain't that good. It's Khalil Mack that you got to worry about.
Well, Akeem
Well, they
Hicks
also
ain't no,
had,
ain't no
the-
scrub either.
Gosh, he's a Bama boy, too. The linebacker that just got the big pick six.
oh, I know what you're talking
Roquan?
about.
Roquan.
Yeah,
Oh, no, he's from Georgia. Roquan Smith.
Yeah,
He's from Georgia. Take that back.
still SEC. I get what you're saying.
Hey, he's a baller out of that Uga defense. Okay.
So I'm assuming everybody's taking the Broncos.
Yeah.
In Mile High.
Yeah.
Dolphins, Raiders.
I'm sticking with the Raiders.
Me too.
I think they've
I'm
got the
sticking
hot
with the
hand.
Raiders.
Derek
Going
Carr
back to-
isn't 100%. I love that Raiders defense.
Neither
That
is
defensive line good.
Tua.
Are
Neither
you
is
going
Tua.
Fins?
I'm going Fins. Yo,
Oh,
that guy that they
boy.
drafted, Farrell, hasn't suited up all year.
Yeah.
He's either a
from
savant
the year before.
or the jester.
Dolphins, Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Vikings.
Seahawks.
I picked the Raiders, by the way. Did you pick the
Yeah, I
Raiders?
picked the
Yeah,
Raiders.
it
Yeah.
was consensus all the
Yeah. No, you
Except
picked
for you.
Miami.
yeah, it was the only one.
Yeah.
All right. Minnesota versus the Seahawks.
I got Seahawks.
Jesus squeezes.
Got the Seahawks, too.
Yeah, I don't think the Vikings can hang with them.
Give me the Vikings. I think they're getting it together on offense.
Oh, here we go.
I love it.
So
You're
our
setting
week's
yourself up.
contrarian. Our week's contrarian. He's either a savant.
You're going to dominate us this week, or you're going to get such a crippling loss
If you lose, you're
that you're going to be like, "Hey guys, what'd you pick this week?"
Hey, man, I stand by it. I like the Vikings.
Here, I know where he's going on this one, and then this
Rams,
is the one.
Buccaneers.
It's the one I'm waiting to talk about, man.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
This is
Nothing to talk about. Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald. Conversation's over.
and you named two people there. Do you want me to start naming people like
That's all I needed to
Godwin, Gronkowski, Evans, Scotty
I
Miller,
don't like. Go ahead. Let's
OJ
go.
Howard? Oh, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Oh, Tom Brady.
Better
Antonio
keep
Brown.
Tom Brady
Oh,
upright.
Tom
Cameron
Brady.
Brate.
You better keep Tom Brady
Cameron
upright.
Brate.
Devin White.
Leonard Fournette.
Better keep Tom Brady upright. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so this is a game that I picked us to lose early in the year. Now that Stafford came in, I'm like, oh shit, he's really good. And they beat us last year. And then I thought to myself, Jack, these aren't the same old Bucs you've grown used to that consistently take beatings. I'm looking at a team that got absolutely pantsed by Kansas City and then came back to beat them in the Super Bowl. I think this is the revenge tour for Bruce Arians. He wants to beat them because they beat us last year embarrassingly in our house. So now this year is the time that the Bucs are trying to replay that favor.
I am going Bucks as well. Beat Atlanta 45-20. I'm going to say this is going to be 45-38.
Shootout? The defense don't matter. They're
Matt
not
Stafford, Tom Brady. Matt Stafford not in
here.
Detroit.
Couldn't disagree more.
I've been on this Matt Stafford train since the beginning.
He has.
And you have doubted me.
He reminds
and
I
I
never
so
did.
far
I-
have been correct, sir.
I never
so you
doubted
will
you.
respect my
I
opinion.
never doubted you on Stafford.
this,
I
all
never
right?
doubted you on
It is
Stafford.
going to be a shootout, but it will not be like a nerve-wracking, I don't think. I think the Bucs will maintain control for the most of the game, if not all, but it definitely will be back and forth. Which the Atlanta game would have been had it not been for two pick sixes in a row.
I think if
okay?
you're a big fan of Leonard Fournette, this week is the week to keep an eye on him because he is going to be the key factor of whether or not we beat this LA team.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. You're not going to be able to throw on them. You might get a few.
Oh, no, they'll throw.
routes,
No,
but
no,
you're
no,
not
no,
going
no.
to throw on
No,
them.
they'll throw.
You're not going to throw on them.
Oh, they will throw, and they will throw well.
See,
The running game is going to
no,
determine
they
if you
will.
win this
They
game or
will
not.
throw well.
No, I disagree with you. We have too many playmakers. We've played some really good teams and been able to throw on all of them. This isn't going to be the team. Well, I take that back, Saints fans. You kicked ass last year. But we are going into this game with a lot of weapons, more time with these people playing, and you're talking about Jalen Ramsey, who I consider one of the best in the league, if not the best, and Aaron Donald, which I damn sure do consider the best in the league. But you can't put down that entire offense on the Bucs team. You can't.
Hey, what's the count now? Probably like 103, 104. Brady to Gronk. Ever since he woke up, bro, it's a wrap.
It's getting dangerous.
Even if you stop Godwin, even if they stop Mike Evans, who's matching up with Gronk?
Who's matching up with O.J. Howard, who actually
or
had
Cameron Brate.
Yeah.
Any of the tight ends. If they're running a 2 tight end set, a defense cannot treat that as a obvious run play or a, let's be honest, 2 route pass play.
Yeah.
That's all they have time for.
And if they put Antonio
you have
in
to
there,
watch
who are they
both
stopping
of those tight
Yeah,
ends.
Antonio Brown. Didn't even
Yes.
mention him.
Yeah. Like, come
Or
on,
Tyler
bro.
Johnson.
Well, he did have a pretty lackluster week this past week. But he
wasn't-
did go off week 1, though.
Yeah,
but
because he wasn't really needed.
But look, because there's so many freaking weapons that he's throwing to.
Yeah.
It's not like Jalen. Jalen ain't got all that.
Yeah.
That's why the Eagles lost.
Did you not see Quez Watkins go 100 yards in the first throw of the game?
Philly Eagles
and on a
Dallas
BS
Cowboys.
call.
I
On
was
a
trying
BS
to
call, they didn't get the
segue.
touchdown.
I was trying
Don't
to
give me this
segue
crap on
to
this
the last
officiating
matchup.
shit.
I was
Oh
trying
no, that was one of
to
those subtle
segue
backhands there. I know
your
how to do
Philly
that too.
Eagles,
Thank you.
which gentlemen, our Philadelphia
damn-
Eagles fan
get that damn helmet away from me.
misspelled the word Philly.
I did. But in my
Our
defense,
Eagles
in
fan,
my defense, I'm celebrating my birthday today, so I may have been a little impaired. Just
There's the let's bet on the Philly Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Let's
But my
hear
pick
you
is
spell
definitely the Bucs.
Philadelphia right now.
probably not.
Let's hear it. I want to hear you first.
I get it. Everybody wants to doubt the Eagles because of that one game in 49erville and in Philly against the Niners, and I got news for you.
To be fair, we just
Jerry
dubbed the Eagles 'cause
Jones
they're the
is going to
Eagles.
have it. Like, I think you guys went to a national championship in Dallas, did you not?
Yeah.
And wasn't there an Alabama game?
Yeah, we beat the shit out of USC 52
beat them.
6.
And who was the quarterback?
For
who? For
For Bama.
Alabama?
Yeah.
it was Jalen.
Let's see. That was
was
Jalen
Jalen.
that year.
It's going to happen again. Jalen's going to go into Jerry World and own it like he does.
Okay.
So he's going to go into Dallas Stadium and outplay Dak Prescott.
Dak who?
With Amari Cooper.
Dak who?
Hold on,
With
bro.
Amari
You gotta
Cooper.
put some respect
Dak
on
who?
his
You are
Dak who?
With Amari
really
Cooper.
this.
Dak who?
You're
You
this
are
delusional.
talking reckless, bro.
Dak who?
with
You
Amari
are
Cooper.
out
We're
of-
going to win.
You're
All right,
out of
so
Eagles win.
all right, so we're gonna do a little English lesson for y'all. This is called an analogy.
It's going to be 21.
Dak Prescott is
It's
to
gonna be close.
Jalen Hurts what Amari Cooper is to Devontae Smith equals
That's cute.
better.
Right.
They are the up and comers,
Right.
but these guys are in their prime and they are beasts.
We'll see what happens. That's all I'm going to say.
We-
You
we
wanted my
will.
winner?
We-
Eagles win big. No worries. No problems.
Big.
One
Not
word.
big. Not
I-
big. I'll
I
take a
smell-
field goal. A field goal.
I smell.
I smell.
I
what do you
smell 1 and 3.
Oh, is that what it is? I smell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe the Cowboys will be 1-3 after this game.
The Cowboys are
1-2. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
1-2.
Well,
no, they're not. They're 2-1.
they're 1-1.
I meant 1 and 2,
1-1,
and they are
Sorry.
1 and 1, so they would be 1.
Yeah. So when the Cowboys go home
So they're
because they
1-1.
won't be
Yeah.
far because they're already in Dallas.
I was too focused
You
on
can,
making sure y'all could hear
smell-
the sniffing.
Smell what Jalen Hurts is cooking. He's going to take over that stadium
are
yet
we,
again.
this sounds like a bucket.
It's a book it. Book it. Of course it's a fucking book it.
Boy.
Of course it's a
Let's
book it.
log
Eagles
that.
win.
Let's
log
log
it.
that.
Hit your claps. Hit whatever you want to hit.
I'm gonna take this one. You want to put a bet on it?
Oh, no.
I don't
go.
even own a
Yes,
Cowboys
please,
jersey.
let's do
but
it.
I got lots of friends that do,
No,
and
I
I will
won't do
go
that.
get
Oh.
one.
I won't do that.
Wow.
Oh.
You would
Just
do
to see
anything
So
for
you're-
love, but
you're-
you won't do that?
I won't put on a
it,
Cowboy
You're
jersey.
booking it,
I
but
will
you're
not put on a
not
Cowboys
taking
jersey.
this
I will
bet.
not put on a
Then
Cowboys
why
it's not
book
a,
it?
Yeah, it's not a book it
Exactly.
then.
Then it's not a book.
What are
You're-
you talking
Why
about?
would you
not-
book it
yeah.
but not take any bet
No,
in the
because
world?
I'm not
Yeah.
putting on a Cowboys jersey. It's not happening.
Why?
I mean, I put
It's
a
dirty. I don't.
I put a bet on a dog I
do
didn't
it.
even have
It'll
in
burn.
the fight.
For real?
Acid. Like it's like acid. I can't do it.
Because you know you'll be wearing blue.
So I assume you're taking the Eagles.
I'm assuming
Yeah.
you're taking Dallas if you're not willing to book it and throw the jersey on the line. I'm telling you that right now.
I will get my parents to overnight me my Dallas Cowboys starter jacket that I got in 1994 when I was
that won't
the
even
bees,
fit over one of my
when
arms.
I was the bees fucking knees, and we'll fit it however it will fit and take a picture. Because that
puffy
starter
one?
jacket, I
it the
was
old school puffy?
oh dude, the whole
with
starter
the
jacket, man, had the
man, I
hood
ain't
and
seen
thing.
one of those
I
in a
have,
minute.
yeah, dude. That I walked into the middle school that winter like a boss.
Eagles win. It's done deal.
All right, you got
You know
Philly.
what? You know what? You know what? Fuck it. Let's go. You want me to wear a goddamn Cowboys jersey?
Shake
Say
it.
fucking
I
Eagles?
will
Wear an
Let's
Eagles
go.
jersey.
Shake it. Let's see it. Shake.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
you're gonna
man,
wear
the
fucking
energy
McNabb
in
jersey.
is
let's go.
the
There
energy
it
in the
is.
room. Wow.
Hey, don't wash this jersey until he has to wear it if y'all do win. Don't wash that.
This is going to be
Fans.
electric, ladies and gentlemen. So I think
Don't
we're
let
just
me
going to
down.
review our picks here. We are all on the Cowboys.
All of us but him.
Ugh, jeez, Nello.
All right, so let me give you a quick little rundown.
Yeah.
Of all the picks.
See you, buddy. Happy birthday.
Love you, man.
And
Happy
it may
birthday.
take me a little minute to run down that Cowboys jersey.
We
but
are
I'm bringing
either
one.
unanimous or split 2-2,
Okay.
except for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the games that Nello is the low man at.
Oh, my God.
9 of the games.
Yeah. That's insane. And, you know, before he left, he had to go because it was his birthday. He was telling me before we hit record, you know what, Jack? I talk a lot about the Cowboys. I know I do. But that's because I'm scared. I'm scared of how many times they are going to take me to the woodshed. And I wish I could rep the Star. He's like, I wish I could rep the Star, but I can't. You know, it's like there's so much peer pressure. If I turn now, what do? He goes, but you know what? You shine up that Dallas Cowboys helmet and send me a picture of it every day.
After Lauren goes to bed, I watch highlights of the the cowgirls, and just fall asleep wishing.
I draw a star on my chest with a Sharpie and walk around flexing saying, I'm Dak Prescott.
I love it.
Well, that's what happens when you leave early, folks.
Oh, Dak. Oh, Dak.
Yep.
Yeah. He caught something falling off the shelf at work and was like, whoa, who do I think I am, Amari Cooper?
Neon Dion should be FSU's coach.
Yeah, that's true. He says,
know,
you know who I
nothing
wish would
sexual he had
come
on
come
that
coach
Cowboy.
at Penn State? Micah Parsons. After he's done with his illustrious career at the Dallas Cowboys, he should come back because he'll have clout on his name.
What if we found out that whenever Jerry Jones comes to Tampa, he's his private masseur? Like, what if it's on that level and we just
Yeah.
don't know?
That's
You
the
know?
one thing we haven't found out about Nello yet.
Yeah.
Is every offseason he hosts the Dallas Cowboys over to his restaurant and makes them all choke him.
Hey, roll tide, baby, roll tide.
Roll Tide. Hey, go Cowboys.
Now I gotta find the worst Cowboy.
You could probably find him a Marion Barber pretty reasonably.